All right, so in the week that I was, not for the first time, accused of toxic positivity, don't worry, that's not going to happen today. No toxic positivity from me today whatsoever. Just where to begin, huh? Where to begin, what to say. Thank you for joining me. This is just, how bad can a week get? Out of 2 cups in 5 days. We got Spurs on Wednesday, and with Gabby Jesus hobbling off, I don't think he's any of our first choice forward. But what is deeply frustrating? It's one thing to lose a game like we've been losing the last couple of seasons, in our title challenges. I'm talking about games like West Ham, games like Fulham, games where you expect to turn up and do better, but you don't, and it's kind of inexplicable. The team that's been firing on all cylinders lets you down. This is not that. It is one thing to have an anomalous defeat that you can't quite put your finger on, where you're all over them and you look the better side, like Liverpool a couple of years ago in the FA Cup. This is not that. Sorry, it was last year in the FA Cup, this time last year. Since Arteta won it, in the season that Arteta won the FA Cup, we played 6 games in his first full season. 6 games, won them all, won the trophy, first major trophy, sign of positive things to come. In the 5 years since, we've played 7 ties in the FA Cup. We beat Newcastle, then lost to Southampton. We went out to Nottingham wearing this, and I'm going to get to the kit as well, by the way. This surrender kit, that's it for me. If there's one kit in the world I hate worse than our third kit, our bubblegum coloured nonsense, it's this surrender kit, and I'm going to come to it. We went out to Nottingham Forest wearing it. Charlie Patino, big things expected of him, didn't come to fruition. The season after, we managed to dispatch Oxford wearing it, and then went out to Man City. But it was a decent performance, and we rested 5 players. We had, as it was then, bigger fish to fry. We were going for a league. We were clear of Man City. We needed to rest players for the upcoming game against them, which we lost anyway. Then Liverpool last year, which was just an extension of a problem we were having, which is not an unusual problem given today's performance. And that problem is we had lots of chances and couldn't put any away. This is a consistent problem. Social, bloody good to see you, mate. No Arsenal team should be masquerading as a Spurs team. I haven't even thought of that. For me, do you know what? I get it. Knife crime, really important. I don't know if there's a correlation between a decrease in knife crime in the streets of North London since we've started wearing this kit. But if you really want to draw attention to the problem of knife crime, don't waltz around being shot shy. The biggest disappointment with this performance is that everyone knows it. Everybody knows we're short of strikers. What could have gone worse today? Martin Odegaard, 1 goal this season from the penalty spot. I don't think it was a bad penalty. Kai Havertz conspiring to miss chances that you have to be almost incredibly... To miss the chances he misses is harder. Trossard's chance that he missed because he wasn't giving it enough. What is the point of playing possession football if you have nothing at the end of it? And the reality today is that we are almost halfway through a transfer window with no action. And Arteta, in his press conference, alluded to the fact that, he actually said it's very hard to find players who improve our team. No, it isn't. We haven't got any forwards. I would improve our team. We have no one. If you look at our forward line, and this is so frustrating that everybody says this, and it's one of the things we can all agree on, isn't it? I mean, you could be one of those people who thinks we have to go and get Victor Osimhen. You might be one of these people who thinks that Gyökeres is the one player that's going to lift you. I have my doubts, honestly. Gyökeres, yes, he's smashing goals in the... So was Darwin Núñez. No one ever talks about that. No one ever says Darwin Núñez was on a goal-a-game streak when he left Portugal. Then there's Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak showed us midweek what we're missing. And today again, Manchester United turned up with some fight and some determination. We had the game. We should have won the game if Martin Odegaard... I mean, the commentary team, Alan Shearer and I've forgotten his name now. We're talking about how, in 99 when Arsenal played Manchester... This isn't that Man United side. This is a Man United side that are there for the taking. Should have been easy business. Everything's letting us down at the moment. We're tired, fatigued, lack energy, lack incision, lack pace. We're boring, we're predictable. The football's not fun to watch. And you're looking at the bench thinking, there's no one there, man. I thought Raheem Sterling looked bright today. But let's be real for a second. Kai Havertz, Martinelli, and Jesus started. Sterling on the bench with Trossard on the bench. That's it. That is our entire forward line. If Jesus is out for a while, and I hate to say, but it looked like his knee, didn't it? Saka's out probably for the rest of the season. Gabby Jesus, even if he's not out for the rest of the season, none of us are expecting him to get into double figures unless we play Palace every week. Kai Havertz, who I really like Kai Havertz. It's not that I don't like Kai Havertz. I do. I can see, like anyone else, like you can see, he's not a natural goal scorer. He's not a poacher. He's not a finisher. He's clearly not a bloody finisher. He couldn't finish. Gabriel Martinelli, I hate when people rag on Martinelli. I don't think he's terrible. But so far, Kai Havertz, Martinelli and Trossard, that's all we have left. That is our entire front three from now till when Jesus gets back. And when he gets back, I don't know. Our entire front three. On the youth academy side, Nathan Baloyi-Deji, Charles Seko Jr., who just went on loan to, is it Shrewsbury, and did nothing? And Ismail Kabia, fair enough. Maybe he is the next Thierry Henry. This was the only result. You can't keep making up issues. Eventually it'd be a problem. We lose the next few games. I don't know if we lose the next few games. I mean, I watched Tamworth hold Tottenham. You could see that being a boring draw with a free kick corner or something. I thought Declan Rice sort of got chucked on as a striker at one point. Like, nobody wants to take a shot. It takes bollocks to take a shot. And that's why we need someone who thinks of themselves as a striker. Doesn't even have to be a good striker. Eddie Nketiah tonight. When I was thinking back to that victory over Oxford, I think I'm right in saying, one of you correct me. And let's hear from you. I can't be the only one that's this pissed off. One of you correct me. But I think so far, Eddie Nketiah scored 2 wearing the surrender kit. And Odegaard scored 1. It wasn't Odegaard. What am I actually talking about? Odegaard missed the penalty. When it rains, it pours. I don't know. Listen, I saw that was the title for Gunner Blog, and I just don't agree. I just don't think it's raining or pouring. I think it's been raining, and we've had a hole in the roof, and so every time it rains, we've looked at it and gone, I hope it holds. And for the last few seasons, it kind of has, and then now it's collapsing. We've had options in the last few seasons. We've run to pieces now. Leandro Trossard does not seem like the player that he was. Gabby Martinelli's not confident. He's not taking on his man enough. And if that's Kai Havertz confident, we're fucked. Let's say it as it is, right? Kai Havertz, it's worth remembering that we're in the middle of the transfer window. yesterday I read with I was watching football, and up pops the news. Antonio Conte, Napoli manager, making it known that Kvaratskhelia has decided that he wants to leave Napoli, not in summer, but right now. This is, you might have your own opinion. My opinion, one of the elite left-wing sided players, and you can talk to me all day long. Oh, I don't want to, we're all right on the left. Are we fuckeries? Like, we've got Leandro Trossard, who doesn't seem to want to be at Arsenal anymore, and Gabby Martinelli, and no one else on the left side. And so, this game, we had to put out full strength side. We lost with a full strength side. We had to put out a full strength side because we don't have a B team. We don't have Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson's, Fabio Vieira's, and Emil Smith-Rowe to throw on. We let them all go and replace them with Raheem Sterling, and I don't think Raheem Sterling played badly. We're going to have to get a tune out of Raheem Sterling in the coming weeks. We need somebody who can play up front. At the moment, we don't have players. What if one of them gets injured? What if Sterling picks up a knock? What if he's not ready? What if he can't play against Spurs? Then we have to change our formation. You can't play a 4-3-3 with only two forwards. Saka's not coming back this season, looks like. Ethan Nwaneri's still weeks away. And I don't think he's the natural solution at every 17. How are we in this position? I was going to say challenging on four fronts. We're not anymore. We're out of the League Cup reality. In reality, I mean, like looking at this team to go to St James's Park, where I think in 2 seasons we've had one shot, and hoping that we're going to score 2 or 3 goals seems far-fetched. Not impossible, I'll give you that. But why can't we play? Why can't we sign some strikers? I want to hear from you on this one, because the obvious person to blame here is absolutely Mikel Arteta. But I want to ask you, do you think that Mikel Arteta is getting phone calls from Stan Kroenke saying, look, let me buy you, come on, Mikel, let me buy you an Isak or an Osimhen or a Gyökeres or anyone. Just let me buy you a striker. It's been ages. I haven't bought a forward for ages. I can't remember last time I bought a forward. Let me get you one. And Arteta's like, no, not in my style. If one thing's going to cheer me up, it's Fandabby Rosie. Evening, Hoberg. How you doing? You all right? Bournemouth, Palace, Wolves, Forest, Newcastle have better forwards than Arsenal. They have forwards, then they have better. Tamworth probably have better forwards than us. We haven't got any forwards. This transfer window, hearing Arteta say, oh, it's hard for us to go and buy players better than us. Look at the fucking bench. There's no one on it. It's like you missed the bus. It's like you turned up and you missed the bus and there's no one sat there and you're like, oh, this could be long. Kieran Tierney got thrown on. Like, you know what? It gets to a point, doesn't it? Doesn't it get to the point? I mean, Semenyo, I take Mbeumo. Of course these players, of course Newcastle got better forwards than Arsenal. Smaller budget, bigger budget, doesn't matter what your budget is if you don't spend any on forwards. They added up. Someone went to the trouble of totting up how much we've spent on defenders, how much we've spent on goalkeepers, how much we've spent on midfielders. When you factor in, no, I don't know. I think Kai Havertz was bought as a midfielder because that's where he played him originally. They'll say he was versatile, he's seen as a Raumdeuter, blah, blah, blah. But essentially, he wasn't necessarily... Oh, my goodness. Melina's in hospital. Oh, no. Oh, man. Melina, my thoughts with you. Asthmatic. My missus is an asthmatic. Hope she does get another inhaler. Hope they don't charge her over the odds for it. Hope she's feeling well enough. And, well, I hope I see her at the next stream for Tuesday. Well, I think I might have to do Tuesday night stream on Wednesday night after the Tottenham match, because we have my missus's birthday on the Tuesday. But Miss Melina, if you're catching up on this, lots of love to you. I always look forward to seeing you, and I hope you're feeling all right. It's a shit condition, asthma. Be strong. I look forward to seeing you guys. I clicked the like, and I liked it. Don't have to click like tonight because it's a no toxic positivity today at all. Nothing. I'm frustrated. I'm saddened. It was just so utterly predictable. Utterly predictable that we were going to play like that today. Tired, lacking energy. I mean, I actually celebrated when Martin Odegaard, when we won the penalty, and then immediately thought to myself, he'll score this, won't he? He'll score this. He's going to score this, right? Should I hit like? Yeah, go on, hit like. Don't want to rub it in and not hit like on a day like today, do you? How do you spend 700 million, not have a striker, poor spending? How do you let Eddie Nketiah go with no replacement? Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson, Emil Smith-Rowe, Fabio Vieira, but we've got Sterling. It's a piss take. It's a piss take. And we are here in the middle of a transfer window, and we know we're not going to get one. I'm sick of reading that Arteta likes Nico Williams. And I'm sure more than one or two of you love Nico Williams as well. Can I be blunt? Nico Williams has 1 goal this season. That's not the solution. Can we please go and... I was talking to had the family over today. We did a sort of birthday today as well. All Brighton, obviously. Watched along with me, watched the FA Cup and kind of felt sorry for me. I'm an Arsenal fan. People shouldn't be feeling sorry for me in the FA Cup. What the bloody hell's going on? The record number of FA Cups. Yeah, I get Man United are the holders. I get that it's Man United and they're shit. Man United are in 13th. We shouldn't be getting schooled by a 13th place team. People still want to say Mourinho's good. I don't know if Mourinho's our problem today. I don't know if he's a great signing, a shit signing. I know he's still got to settle in. But what I do know is that when we went out and got another left back and a defensive midfielder, position that we'd already spent a shit ton of money in, maybe we all knew then. We've come to this point of the season. It's the 12th of January. We're second in the table, 6 points behind, 9 if they win their game in hand. We're third in the Champions League. We're still in with the slimmest chance of qualifying for the final of the League Cup. If there's ever been a time to just go out and buy any old striker, and I am saying this, I understand we don't want to waste a lot of money, but just at this point, I tell you what I was doing yesterday afternoon. I watched, I love Sampaoli. Sampaoli took on Eintracht Frankfurt. I was watching Omar Mamouche play. He had about 7 shots, scored 1 perfectly good goal, really nice goal, missed 4 really decent chances, but a guy takes shots. Today, yet again, no one wants to take shots. You give the ball to Havertz, he wants to figure out how to give it back to you. If he's 2 yards under the crossbar, he finds a way to get it over. What the actual hell is going on? Do you think we'll see Zanzi Barbarian? It's always interesting. I know I didn't schedule this. It's been the missus's birthday. We've had the family around. It's been a lovely day. And the football kicked me in the gut. It was like an absolute sucker punch. But it was worse than a sucker punch because I knew it was going to happen. I actually thought Man United would beat us 2-0. Knew it was going to happen. You watch it unfold in front of you. You know, like they go down to 10 men. But on the 60th minute or thereabouts, 10 men, Man United, 10-man Man United, 13th in the table. I know they had a really good performance against Liverpool last week. This was not them getting a hatful of chances, but whenever they did have chances, they looked so much more threatening than us. The answer, everyone will tell you now. The answer is that everyone's angry. I'm angry as well now. I am angry as well because things should not be obvious to me. You know, it's so tiring that, it's so tiring that we can all see that we need a striker. It's so tiring to listen to the press conferences. It's tiring to see Kvicha Kvaratskhelia moved to Paris Saint-Germain. Do you know what? He's going to be getting a salary from Paris Saint-Germain. If you believe the papers, the truth, the rumours and all this shit, he'll probably go for around £60 million on a salary of 100,000, which is about what Eddie Nketiah was on. We can't swoop in and get him. Oh, we don't need a left winger. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We've got, at the moment, I make it, if Jesus is injured, and God knows that didn't look like he was going to be playing on Wednesday, did it? We've got Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli, and Leandro Trossard. That's our 3 forwards in the squad. In the squad. And then Raheem Sterling. You know, obviously, everyone has to be dead or dying for Raheem Sterling to get on the pitch. I didn't think he played badly today, but just everything was shit today. Everything was shit today. Are we going to throw on Nathan Butler or Oyedeji? Is Ismail Kabia going to be playing? Are we just going to go, fuck it? Who are we supposed to play? We've got to bring in somebody. Maybe we cancel Reece Nelson's loan to Fulham. Maybe we bring Fabio Vieira back, like because he's the answer. Let me know, guys. Let me know. Leandro Trossard. If he'd just thrown himself at that ball, I mean, if he'd thrown himself at it, I think that they defended well enough. They defended well enough. I mean, they defended well. But when you're a striker at Arsenal, if you're a forward at Arsenal and you've started 12 matches and scored 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 goal contributions in 20 total matches played. You can't win trophies with this style of football. It's not an offensive coach. I can't stand. He is not an offensive coach. I can't stand shite football. I'm tapping out. I'm only watching big games. Another wasting my time on this campaign. It's not how it is when you're a fan, Social. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. I wish I could do that. You can't do that. You're either a fan or you're not a fan. You can't just watch in the good times. Sorry, mate. You can't. That's what being a fan is. And I can watch us be shit and not be able to explain it. What I hate is when I can explain it. Moss, thank God you're here. Depressed, 25. Packers getting shellacked by Philly. Aren't Green Bay Packers supposed to be good? And don't try and cheer me up with American sports. Football, it's not football for a start. Let's get that right. Depressed 26. Well, I'm depressed 101 then. I never, ever, ever want to see us wear our surrender virtue signaling surrender kit ever, ever, ever again. It's like we care about everything but the fucking football. You know, let's draw attention to knife crime by wearing completely. No one knows what the hell that's about, by the way. Why aren't any other? Are we the only team that cares about knife crime? Just saying. Have we done enough now? Our victims of knife crime are actually starting to write in and go, mate, stop wearing that. It's embarrassing. It's enough. Enough. Football is about getting on that pitch and scoring a goal more than the opposition. Yes, we have a proud history of a strong, tight defence. Yes, once again, I thought we played fairly well defensively. We had the possession, you know, we had the field tilt. We statistically won that game. Statistically, we had 70% of the ball possession. We had twice the chances they did. We had 4 massive chances. I have to say, any normal team, but this isn't a normal team. This is us. You know, Kai Havertz, you're looking at him missing that chance today. And you kind of think, yeah, he was always going to. He was always going to. I love him. I think he's a great player. I like the fact that he's always looking for a pass. But if there's no one to pass it to, 4 likes. Oh, 4 likes. Ryan's here. Said that on my stream, 4 years of wearing that kit and it brings us nothing but bad luck. They want to do a no more red campaign, makes wear the away kit or third away. Forget the only kit I like less than our third kit is this fucking surrender kit. I can't stand it. I can't. I take all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. If you want to keep me company, if anyone wants to keep me company, I'll just sit here by myself. Yeah, look, Razor and Anthony Earth Vader. How are you? That's going to stick, you know. And hey, get yourself on here. Don't you sit back. Let's get Ryan and Anthony on here. Let's make it a show. We jinxed. I tell you what, yeah, he's a good keeper. Bayern Deer, well done, nice one. Fucking, oh, Jesus Christ. How does a German miss a penalty? How does a German miss a penalty? When do Germans ever miss penalties? Kai Havertz. Waka Waka. AA. Saminamina. AA. Scores again. Go back to yellow and blue away kit and have us wear that for no more red campaign each year. I'd rather they were fucking naked. What has us winning or not winning the FA Cup got to do with knife crime? Like, our priorities are up the Swanee at the moment. Kai, I bet on him to score. He was taking a mick, wasn't he? Unbelievable. And you know what? I believe he wanted to score. He's just not the guy. I think... fucking hell. I'm only watching the big games. Save my time rather than hang out with my 4-year-old nephew, read books, play legs. Cars. I'm not telling you not to do that. Definitely do all those things. But Arsenal fan is Arsenal fan. Football fan is football fan. You can't miss a game. You don't want to miss a game. Doesn't matter what colour they're playing in. Does matter. It fucking does. It matters. It matters. It shows your head's not in the game, man. It shows your head's not in the game. It shows that you're thinking about all of the stuff around it, but not the actual... We've played in that kit against Nottingham Forest. Do you remember the Charlie Patino game where we're all excited to see if he could do it? And we got beaten by Nottingham Forest before they came up. Then we did beat Oxford United in it, and Eddie Nketiah scored 2. Imagine if we had Eddie Nketiah tonight. I mean, he couldn't have done any worse, could he? Nice to have a choice of someone to bring on, wouldn't it? So, Ryan, come on, man. Get yourself on here. Let's talk this through. Everyone can see we need a striker, right? We need a striker. I tell you, if for no other reason than at the moment we have 3 fit forwards. I'm not counting Raheem Sterling just yet, but we have Kai Havertz, Gabriel Martinelli, and Leandro Trossard. That is it for forwards for the rest of the season. We've still got to go to Newcastle. We can't even put out a second string team at the moment because we've got 3 fit forwards. We play 3 forwards. Sick of hearing Arteta saying, we have to be creative. You can't create players out in thin air. They're just not there, man. It's just a joke. Too casual a penalty kick. How does a German... Binder was a good keeper today. No doubt. If PSG get KK, we get Ramos or Barcola. Can we just get KK? Kvaratskhelia. I saw the salary that he's getting or being offered by Paris Saint-Germain is around £120,000 a week. Might be wrong. So it's about a third of what Kai Havertz is getting, roughly. It's a bit more than Eddie Nketiah was getting. I hear all this stuff about, we're saving up our money for Alexander Isak. I get it. I totally get it. It's hard to buy a player keep telling ourselves it's hard to buy a player in the January transfer window. Well, should have bought one in summer then. Should have bought one in summer before we sold everyone. Everyone knows this. I'm just ranting. Luka is having a field day. Makes it worse. You know what? Like, what's the point in having if you're Luka, what is the point in ranting today when everyone's already heard it? Don't tell me. Do you think the manager's to blame? Are you angry with the fan base? I saw Turkish. I couldn't watch it all, but he was doing an interview. He goes, they're tourists. They're not real fans. They come here and they put up with everything. It's like we've always been doing that. Fuck's sakes. That's what fans do. What are you supposed to do? Kill? Am I supposed to turn up with a sniper rifle? Listen, Rosie, I'm not facile enough to suggest that the colour of the kit is the principal reason we lost. I'm saying that it paints a picture that our getting the anthem right and getting our PR right and all of the things that go with it are taking away. Okay, let me put it to you another way. Arteta is a manager who believes in fine margins. He believes in it's the attention to detail that makes a big difference. And so there are areas around our team at the moment where we are not showing that level of concentration or care. And so, yes, I think that if I was in Arteta's position and they said, we want you to wear the white kit, I'd say, listen, forget the white kit for a bit. Why don't we wear it to a final? We'll wear it to a final. You want to do some good? We'll wear it to a final. Just doing Rosie's job, lol. Why? Oh, right. Yeah, nice one. Earth. Well, get on here and do your job. Got to walk pup first, mate, but we'll join when back. Sweet, I'll be here. Tell Luke he jinxed us by saying horrible things about Xerxes always. Oh, fucking Xerxes penalty. He's got so many more reasons. Actually, do you know what? This is a shout. What was Roy doing in the shootout? Diving all over the fucking place. No, Rosie. It doesn't. Of course, it doesn't matter what kit you play in, but it also does matter a little bit. I'd love to see what you think of Rangers if they suddenly started coming out in a pink kit. There's things that matter, man. Like get your shit together. Jesus is out for the season. Is that a fact? Have you seen that? Like, I mean, to be honest with you, it looked like he's aggravated his knee. I mean, we have to get someone in. We have to. It's really hard to get someone in. It's really hard to get someone in the January transfer window. Okay, well, do it then. It's hard. Maybe it's not meant to be easy. Who are you agreeing with? Who are you agreeing with? Are you agreeing with Anthony Herbert? You Herbert. Also, what was Raya doing in the shootout? Covered that already. PSG has B. PSG has B. It's just playing alphabetic spaghetti now. Philly picks off Green Bay. Jesus, knee. Bad. Fuck. PSG has been working on that Kvara deal for a year. I think it's too far gone to be hijacked. I would agree with that. But it's not a big amount of money that he's going for. And his salary is sod all. I mean, everyone wants to talk to me about Nico Williams. Please don't try and... in my mind, you cannot compare... Miss Molina, good evening. Oh, not feeling too good. Cold and snow here. Worried if Jesus tore his ACL or meniscus. Miss Molina, Rosie was telling us that you had to get a new inhaler and you weren't feeling great. I hope you... Listen, get yourself wrapped up warm. Have a nice hot drink. I'll keep it a little less ranty. You've missed most of the key ranting. And we'll just have a nice, quiet one. If you want to join in, I promise I'll be... I understand if you're not feeling well, but Ryan said he's coming on in a bit. I feel bad for Jesus. He got knocked before and then runs back, and then when it looked like a rupture. Yeah, it came off on a stretcher. Mike doesn't play Technica. What? Fearing is... Yeah, I think... Listen... I wouldn't give a shit what colour they were wearing if they were winning. Yeah, well, there you go then. I give a shit because we're not winning. I give a shit because we're coming out in the same... We're making a big hoopla about the kit. We should be eyes down working on a win here. I'll be honest as well, because you're getting a bit... it's easy for you to say all this shit. We have now played that kit against Nottingham Forest, Oxford, Liverpool and Man United and won once. In Arteta's first season, he won 6 games in the FA Cup. In the 5 years since, he's won 2 games. But it's brilliant to see you, Miss Molina. I'm really pleased you're well enough to be on. Xerxes was giving the guns. I know, sick of it. It's never big money, but once you put the money down and lump sum up front, deals happen. Nico Williams is a deal that everyone is always talking about. The problem with that is you do have to put all the money up front. Breathe. Saka is a major loss to Arsenal. Yeah, he is. Potentially. I think you could make a very strong case for he's our only world-class player, which is ironic given how many times people wanted to have the conversation about whether he's world-class or not. Well, he is. So there you go. That's that conversation over. I'm not seeing anything concrete on Jesus' injury. I think we're all in a little bit of... But... yeah. We know he went off on a stretcher. That's not usually a good sign. He's not a player with an unblemished... I mean, let's be honest as well. And I'm really hoping he hasn't done something serious to himself. But he's not going to be fit for Wednesday. No, Wednesday it's 3 forwards and Raheem Sterling. Do you start Sterling? I mean, like... Yes, I think you... Sorry, I'm on my tablet. Delete and send button. Too damn close. I keep posting incomplete. Would have been funny, wouldn't it? Let me move to my phone. Yes, you may move to your phone. In fact, click like on your phone as well. Log in one of your different accounts. What a shite show. So we're all feeling a little bit... Listen... You know what? And that whole thing, since I think we started buying our own hype, didn't we? We're set piece FC. We are when Declan Rice and Saka were on the pitch. I wasn't really loving Odegaard today. He's not been himself. Yeah, like, he even talked about it in the press conference, didn't he? Arteta, he said it was difficult because the players around you, obviously Ben White and Saka are out. It's just shit. It's just shit. There's more talk now. The talk will turn in this transfer window. The talk will turn, of course, endlessly to Nico Williams. He seems to be the only player that Arteta seems to want. I watched Omar Marmoush yesterday. It was a really disappointing game, I've got to be honest with you, because I wanted Sampaoli to win. I always have a soft spot for Sampaoli. Just the anarchist, left-wing, kind of anti-fascist football club in Germany. And they're in the Bundesliga and they're in the top flight, and that's not often the case. Certainly not often usually the case that they are... they're above Hamburg SV. It's foul. And I did watch it. And I think that a lot of people are very excited about Omar Marmoush going to Manchester City. Typical City's like, this is exactly the player we want. He's brilliant. I don't think he was speaking like that in June or July or August. So I'm a little bit cynical. But I did watch him. I like to watch players when they're the talk of the town. I've seen highlights reels. He looks good. Ikatike up front with him, though, looks just as good. And they play 2 forwards. Hard for me to see where they're thinking of playing Omar Marmoush at Man City, because he's very up front. He's very... And they really struggled. And he really struggled against I mean, bear in mind the difference in the league placings. Eintracht Frankfurt 3rd. St. Pauli just outside the relegation place is 16th, 15th, 16th, I think. Anyway, today. We're not going to win the FA Cup. 2025, 20th anniversary since Patrick Vieira's last kick of the game won us a penalty shootout. 20 years on, and we have a German in the side, and he can't score from a penalty. Das ist ja Wahnsinn. That doesn't make any sense. And it's tiredness, legginess. There are injuries all over the place right now. We literally play mate, go back to the tablet. Because your spelling's gone to shit now. We literally play a tete-a-tete football. Very little technicality, a lot of shape work. It's very NFL. We then rely on probability numbers, game 50 crosses. Do you know what? I don't think Arsenal's problems are hugely complicated at all. I think having a player who just wants to take shit, again, watching us is so frustrating. Jesus looks for a pass. It's like that one touch too many. I know what you're saying about the psyche of the team with whatever jersey they're wearing. Yeah. We as a club, at the moment, I think, are not focused enough. There are areas of our club. Forget the surrender jersey. Forget this playing in white. Forget we're the only team that does it. Forget that it seems like virtue signaling. Look at us. We really care about this. Look at us. It's the most important thing in the world. It's not. Football team, the most important thing in the world for a football team is winning the fucking game, right? So there's that. But there's our youth academy. Where are the players from the youth academy? We let 21 go. We let 21 players from the youth academy go. Mauro Bandero, Mari Benjamin, Lewis Brown, Caitlin Kurjan, Noah Cooper, Sabrina. What about Henry Davies? There's some players in here, by the way. Tyrese John Jules, who's supposed to be a good one. Arthur Okonkwo. We looks like we're getting more money out of Salem Mikabirith because he looks like he's been snapped up now. We could have had him on the bench. We could have had Following Balogun on the bench. We could have had Eddie Nketiah on the bench. We've sold so many forwards. I mean, today is a day where you do try players like Reece Nelson. We do bring us. We haven't rotated. We knackered ourselves out with 120 minutes of quote-unquote football against Manchester United. So I know it's a level playing field because Tottenham played 120 minutes on the frozen AstroTurf, Tamworth. Leipzig 4-2, Xavi Simons 2, Sesko Beauty, Snipers. Šeško, he's in the conversation at the moment, isn't he? Benjamin Šeško. Oh, how about Shelley's transfer request could put Arsenal on red alert? Does anyone think that I don't know. Yeah, KK is definitely going to PSG. Gyökeres is definitely staying at Sporting till summer. Alexander Isak, might have a feeling he finishes above us. Right now, I'm not sure you leave Newcastle to come to Arsenal. Sure, he should, of course. Of course, he should. Yeah. Šeško hasn't been playing that well this season, though. But at least he's a shot taker. At least he takes shots. Do I have the stats for his shooting? Do you know, I don't think I loaded him up. Let's have a quick look at Šeško. I'm just looking at his average number of shots per game, see if he's the kind. We just need a striker. I mean, no, he's not. He's not that guy for me. He's young. He's a project player. But then we're talking about Ferguson from Brighton, and he can't get in their side. So what do we do? Off topic, Hansi Flick already won first trophy Barca 5-2 Madrid. I did see that. I didn't look into it too much. Apparently, you know what? I get it, by the way, social. when you just think, I just can't be arsed with football anymore. Why am I putting myself through it? What a shit week to be a gooner. But we're here for the shit weeks. We're here for the good weeks. We're here every week. We're here for each other. Let's have drinks are free tonight, by the way, at the Adams Arms. Sorry, you're jinxed. It's definitely not you, Moss. It's definitely not you. You remember the trophies, don't you? You remember the good old days. The good old days. What has happened to us, though? I mean, it has been like staring up at a hole in the roof and going, it's going to hold. That'll hold. Do we need to go up there and fix it? Could get another left back. Maybe another defensive midfielder. Maybe that's it. Maybe our football, we just play left backs, defensive midfielders. That'll confuse the shit out of any opposition. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Going to hear a lot about Nico Williams is what you're going to do. Does anyone think Nico Williams is the answer, by the way? Because I remain unconvinced. Havertz Schrelia for me. Make sure you're smashing the like button and subbing to the links below. In the event of a mauling by Manchester United, the likes might save your life. Please fasten your subscriptions and make sure you're wearing your likes. You have a little whistle on your like vest. Xavi Simons. I really like Xavi Simons, but let's be honest, he's another project player. If you're going for play, also, you heard it here first. Dani Olmo is staying at Barcelona. Surprise! That's not weird or crooked or corrupt. I'm not saying it's crooked or corrupt. I'm saying it's not crooked or corrupt. The Barcelona find a way. Somehow, the gods are smiling on them. Can we have Rafinha then? Can we just buy Rafinha? Does that mean they haven't got to play anyone? Right now, I'll take Ansu Fati. Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, I take just anyone. Robert Lewandowski. Can we have a player like that, please? Oh, imagine if we could get Lewandowski on loan. But we can't. And we won't. Yeah, and Barcelona had a player sent off and still managed to beat Real Madrid 5-2 in the Supercopa de España. Is it silverware? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it is. What happened to Real Madrid? Do you know what? Do you know what's absolutely sickening? My nephew here today, he's 9. He's like an encyclopedia of football. He knows his shit, people. It is great to see that at 9 years old. He's a sort of Inter. I said to him, who would you support out of Inter and Brighton? And he went, Inter Hove. Inter and Hove Albion. I love it. But yeah, when you look at Real Madrid's team, man, I mean, that's a squad, isn't it? That's a squad. That's where you go, okay, yeah, I can see why you win things. I can actually see. I mean, Endrick, like, just on the sidelines. I mean, he was saying that we should sign Arda Güler. I was like, yeah, we should. We abso-flipping-lutely. I mean, they're goalkeepers, Andre Lunin and Thibaut Courtois. BX and Luke can't take it. Oh, yeah, BX. Jose, if you're watching this in replay, it's shit. I think we're all starting to slowly feel shit. Is there any chance we can win? BX and Luca can't take it. I'm surprised Luca took it off us on Thursday. Fair fucks. But if he didn't start his latest stream, I'm presuming he's doing one. Because I saw a link from him saying, don't let me down. I hate that. Like, it's just so silly. Don't let me down. They don't know you're there, mate. Yeah, I mean, looking at and like Antonio Rudiger, Ed Militao, Carvajal. I know there's some injuries in here. David Alaba, Ferdinand Mendy, Lucas Vasquez, Tchouaméni, and Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos probably their weakest player. Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham, Luka Modric, Valverde, Camavinga. Why can't we sign Brahim Diaz? Is there any way we could get Brahim Diaz on loan? Because he's not playing. I mean, how many games has he played? He's played sod all games this season. He's played twice. Am I making shit up? No, twice in the Supercopa, yeah. He's played 40. He started 6 games. Luca is an Arsenal fan that goes into Moss channel. Oh, Luke is an Arsenal fan that goes into Moss channel. All right. Luca was giving it sack Arteta today, yesterday, day before. Is it Arteta's fault that we did not buy anyone in the summer transfer window? How comes that no one ever points a finger at Edu? How comes no one ever says, I honestly find it really challenging to believe that Mikel Arteta is the only manager in the world that doesn't want like a good striker up front. I think he does. I don't know who decides our strikers or our transfers, but I think as a club, the fact that we've got no young players coming through, that's on the youth team development. The fact that we haven't bought young strikers for the youth team, that we haven't developed any from sort of 8 years up. We've let 21 go. We'll let 15 or so go in June. We couldn't keep hold of Kozia Dubry, Rule Walters. Kozia Dubry would have been an option tonight. We talk about these are young players that are not making it. Maybe that is the case. I think then you have to look at our youth team setup. They're not developing them. Edu Gaspar left. When he left, I said it's not exactly a ringing endorsement of the process. You don't leave a club like Arsenal thinking we're about to win the league. And I don't think any of us do think we're about to win the league now. Do we just focus everything on the Champions League? I mean, what realistic probability do we have winning the Champions League with only 2 fit forwards who can't score? Not much, I would argue. Meanwhile, at Club Real Madrid, Mbappe, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, and Endrick up front. Our performance today was below par in terms of leading our attack and stepping up tonight for extra time. We struggle in the final third, often not just today, but certain people going extreme 1-2. Going extreme half, open brackets, half, closed brackets. Miss Molina, it's not like when you're on and I can understand what you're saying. Who said that? Yeah, listen. Let's not shine a spotlight on people who say stupid things. The internet just fosters that. It is no one is going to kill anybody's unborn child. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. It's teenagers and worse, if they can be worse than teenagers. We won't win the Champions League. We don't have the players for it, but we also don't have the depth as well. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, and obviously, like that. Yeah, I think that's what I've been saying for 53 minutes. Keep up, Earth Vader. Listen, I don't think that. I think everyone's scapegoating somebody here, and Mikel Arteta is being talked about like he doesn't want to go out and sign a striker. I don't know. But there are people out there. It's just, of course, it's different. And the other thing is, saying, it's a tough transfer window. Yeah, okay, it's a tough transfer window, but tough doesn't. We've still got to sign someone. When people say, I know I'm getting repetitive now, I don't want to go, this manager, not that repetitive, but I will point out that when Arteta in his press conference said it is hard upgrading the players we have, you go, it's not hard upgrading our bench though, is it? It's not hard upgrading our bench. It's a piece of piss upgrading our bench because there's no one on it. We've got no one on the bench. A bunch of morons, exactly. I mean, people who say stupid ass things like that, it's just don't even dignify. I mean, they don't say it to your face. You ain't going to win any cups with this football style. Is it suddenly you ain't going to win any cups or we ain't going to win any cups? Every corner we had today was abysmal as well. I know. Odegaard is badly in need of a rest. Being a dad, he's not sleeping well. He needs to sleep on the sofa. Is it Spurs and isn't it Spurs and Villa next? It is, yes. As an owner of a teenager, they can be total dicks at times. Yes, they can. I mean, I love my two, but yeah, they can. And they do talk an awful lot of shit. I'm gonna kill you. You're not. You're just not. All right, shut up, sit down. Thanks all. When the weather drops, it's harder to breathe with asthma. My missus suffers with asthma. We've got inhalers all around the house. I hate it. I hate that she has asthma. I hate it as a condition. It's just horrible. But I do take the piss out of us, sounding a bit like Darth Vader at times. North London Derby on Wednesday. I hope we can turn up for it. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to do the live show Wednesday after the match. Hello, Mr. Tom 28 or just Mr. Tom on here. Good to see you. How are you doing? Can you offer us any consolation? It's a shit cup in it, the FA Cup. No one wants to win that. Get well soon indeed. And way, Alison. So I just want someone to cheer me up a little bit. Not by telling me that it's all over, but by saying, you know, like we played in the same kit as Real Madrid today. They win in white. Are they using all their forwards? Could we not just have Rodrigo or Arda Güler? I'd take Arda Güler in a heartbeat. What is he? He's like 18 years old, 19 years old. See the goal he scored in the Euros. Absolute mint. What's the popular news at the moment? I don't think there's a happy Guna anywhere, is there? Did you see that? Saliba ruled himself out of taking penalties as well. Where's our bottle? Where are our fighters? You know, I have to say, you know, Arteta isn't to blame for penalty takers. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tom. What consolation indeed. I was watching Spurs struggle to overcome the mighty Tamworth. I'm thinking, oh, this is good. When it went to 120 minutes, I was like, oh, yes, please. Please, let's not go to 90 minutes and let's not go to extra time. Yeah, you can forgive me tonight, no? Yeah, tonight, we don't always talk about Arsenal, and this is the most damn cast I've ever seen, Dan. I should be in such a good mood. I was called toxically positive on Wednesday. Sorry, was it Wednesday? I was called it on Wednesday. We talked about it on Thursday. No, actually, it was Thursday. Apologetica. I'm gonna be a target. My toxic positivity is the reason we lost against Man United today, because I thought Havertz would score. It's cold. It's miserable. Is there a silver lining to this? Because, like, you know, we've got bigger fish to fry, haven't we? We can focus all our attention. Dan, great content for a Leeds fan. Well, we won't be playing you this season. I saw a plucky upstart team try their little hearts out, and Tamworth tried hard too. I just, you know, when you're looking at, I mean, it was, I actually I've put a couple of crafty bets on this week, and they've come in. I've done very well. I'm about 60 quid up off a 10 quid bet. So I did think that Salford would ship 8. So I bet on 7.5, over 7.5 goals. And I did think that Man United would qualify today. Happy day. We're about 3 weeks away from going to St James's Park, and we'll win that 3-0, and then we'll be in a final against Spurs, because they will somehow hold on to a 1-0 league at Anfield. 2 major games for us this season. I'm about to go Gwyneth Paltrow. No, Gwyneth Paltrow's happy tears. I'm not sad. I'm angry. I'm pissed off. It's really pissing me off. Seeing Man City Academy destroy the class of 92 was mildly amusing. It was a bit. The lambs, mighty Tamworth. Yeah. Did you correct yourself? Did you spell Gwyneth wrong or something? Hello, Rosie and Mr. Herbert. It's cold in here tonight. It's cold. It's cold. Obviously, I say that with Moss in here, and it's not as cold as that, but it's cold enough. Cold as a polar bear's slippers. God, no one said anything remotely that has cheered me up so far. Nobody. Can our season get any better? Tonight, I'm actually on the, this is, believe it or not, I'm using a nice glass, but this is sparkling mineral water. No sponsor. You know, I'm doing it for, because I want to draw attention to the increasing problem of leprosy And so I'm wearing a mineral water kit to protest leprosy. I've subbed on the recommendation of others. I hope never to disappoint you. And I shall, Rosie, I'm sure will put your own link and I shall check it out and then give you a little sub of my own. I'm not saying I necessarily will because, I've got to be discerning. You only sub if you like it. If you don't like it, don't sub. All my life playing football, not once have I ever seen a coach call for a defender to take a pen. Yeah, I have. What are you on about? Stuart Pearce used to take them for England. Psycho. Yeah, of course they take them. Don't be daft. When Jorginho went off, I was worried. But Kai Havertz missed. That's what happened. That's what defenders take penalties all the time. You're being silly. I'm sure I've seen Tony Adams take a penalty. It was the consummate ease with which Bruno Fernandes and then lastly Joshua Zirkzee stepped up to take that. I mean, I did think when he's standing there, I was like, is there any chance he's going to be like, Everyone's an asshole. Why can't I think of anyone to call an asshole? Who would be the most appropriate person for me to call an asshole? Lee Gunner is an asshole. Lee Gunner's an asshole. There you go. Where are we at? Especially in a penalty shootout, yeah. Blackberry, Crown Royal, or Limoncello, or it's cold here too, Ray. It's not. Don't get into it with him. It's where he is taters. Nipple cam. We all love Leeds. I don't love Leeds though. I don't. I love some of the fans, but I don't love Leeds. I didn't love the David O'Leary Leeds when he started talking smack about us. It's mainly Rosie's recommendation, but I've never heard a bad word in general. I'm not big enough to have heard a lot of bad words. Wait till I'm taking over the YouTube. This essentially, all this is at the moment is a virtual pub where we have people, a lot of Arsenal supporters, let's not lie. But we do have people who support strange Scottish teams you'll never have heard of. Tell them what it is, Rosie. Is it Rangoon, something like that? And we have had Man United fans in here, and I'm sure you're not the only Leeds fan we've had in. All are welcome, respectful, good-humoured banter, and the occasional telling off Luca Talks Ball for being a bit annoying. I was a centre-back and took penalties. It's happened. Like, this idea that defenders don't take penalties, that's just silly. That's talking out your hat. It's partly based on the chant, but mainly the irony that no one loves Leeds. Yeah, I know, right? It's true. Dirty Leeds. That damned United. What a film, by the way. When I think of Leeds, I do think of that David O'Leary type era. I do think of Lee Bowyer, and I mean, you had Eric Cantona, the league winning season. How are your fans? How are you feeling about football? Because I tell you what, actually, Mr. Tom, this is. I'm not being diggy or anything. I just think that like a lot of Arsenal fans wind me up because we can't just get behind the team. Everybody's always talking about, we need to win trophies, all about silverware. Being a real fan is just about being a fan. In fact, I know we all feel it today. A lot of us are feeling like, I don't really want to watch the Wednesday night game against Tottenham. I'm going to have to because Arsenal fans are what we do. But how do you feel about, because obviously you've had a lot more to endure. Tell me what being a fan means to you. Celtic, I don't think it is Celtic that Rosie likes. I think she likes a different one. Dundalk, was it? Dundilly? We're missing Zanzi. Yes, we are. He's in his wigwam somewhere, isn't he? To be fair, it's my fault for not, I knew I was going to do a show, but I didn't advertise it. Maybe he's already abed and shall think himself accursed he was not here. Zanzi was on earlier with Gary. Oh, Gary's not here either. That movie has people thinking my team are the devil. I think they were thinking that before. I always remember the early 90s Leeds fans literally pissing on Tottenham fans from the shelf. And that's not on. You can't do that. You know, even to Tottenham fans, I've got to say, the chat not live. The chat not live. Anthony Herbert has been locked out of the chat. Why? Have you literally? Right, it was a joke. Oh, thank God he's here. Thank God he's here. Hello, Gooners and the Rangarum crew, whatever that means. What is a Rangers? What are Rangers? Rangers. Zanzi Barbarian. We worried that you weren't going to come. We worried that you'd given up on football. This would be the saddest game you've ever seen in your short life as an Arsenal fan. Please be upstanding. The man, the myth, the legend, from somewhere deep within the wigwam, Zanzi. Or, as I still like to call you, Zanzi Barbarian. Can I hear you? Can you say hello?
What a load of shite that was.
No, that's not. This is what Mr. Tom 28 is here, and Rosie said all good things about us, that we're always cheerful and that we're friendly. And then you start again.
It was a fantastic game today, wasn't it? Did you see it?
Absolutely wonderful. Good old Tamworth making a fist of it.
Yeah, brilliant.
I can't wait to watch all the other rounds of the FA Cup whilst we sip tequilas in Dubai.
I thought when Newcastle went 1-0 down, I thought there's the upset of the day.
What was the final score in that?
3-1 or something like that.
How was it? I mean, that would have been epic. But yeah, but funnily enough, I used to play Championship Manager to excess, and Bromley, Ebbsfleet were two of the teams that I managed to multiple Champions League victories. Football was easier back then. Personally, I think a lot of Leeds fans think a bit above their station about our standing as a club. That's just normal, isn't it? That is that's true of everyone, isn't it? Even Tottenham fans feel like they're a big club. Don't know how. Do you see that? Look, Miss Molina's giving you a Zanzi wow.
I know. Sorry, I'll put some clothes on.
Yeah, not for my benefit, I hope. Look, well, it's funny. We were just literally talking about you. Do you have is there a?
Yeah, I saw.
Device installed.
I saw. I was doing something else, and this little voice came into my head. Said, "Dan's on."
Dan's on.
Yeah.
Well, hey, says Rosie. I had United win the game one way or another. We're just not playing good football. That's true. Can you confirm or deny rumours that we're shit at the moment, Zanzi?
No, I can't. I thought we played really well today. If we had a striker instead of someone called Hazard,
Waka, Samina, 60 million down the drain. Sky Havertz, I call him.
Yeah.
It's like Sputnik. Beep, beep.
But then
it's not his fault. He's not an out-and-out striker. Our only out-and-out striker left 4 years ago.
Yeah.
What a load of shite. Oh, Rosie.
But here's something else I didn't understand. You know when we had the penalty?
Odegaard's penalty. Yeah.
I thought straight away, why is he taking it? Why isn't someone like Jorginho taking it, who's absolutely fucking brilliant with penalties?
Yeah, no, you can't make me understand it. I just
not only that, but Havertz is also, apart from his penalty that he had to take, he's normally shit hot with penalties.
I think we've got good players, and I think we've got good managers and good coach. I think there's lots of good things. On a night like tonight, it doesn't feel like it, but I'm gonna say it. We have a good team. We're not second, 2 years running for nothing. But what we are missing is a player with too much confidence. We're missing a Zlatan. We're missing an Ian Wright. We're missing someone who just doesn't lose confidence. Havertz, that you can see this is the most frustrating thing because it was so long before we'd had our first shot on target today. So very long before. And I was watching it with the father-in-law, the brother-in-law, my nephews, stepsons, and I was just taking a piss. I was going, we don't shoot at the netty thing. Don't shoot at the netty thing. If you get the ball in the area on the spot, we like Havertz missed from 8 yards out. I thought that was bad. And then he missed the one where he was literally, how did he miss that, Zanzi?
Well, he's 2 yards out and then he just spooned it over the crossbar, didn't he? That one.
How does that happen? Why?
Goodness.
I like this, by the way, compared to my lead show after we threw away a 2-goal lead at Hull. Did I see that? Was that yesterday? Am I talking shit? Like, I haven't. I saw. I like your manager, by the way, but don't watch a lot of Championship. Come back up, and I'll have to watch it again. Trophy not coming home again. It's coming home. It's coming. Shy Mamert. Odegaard been poor of recent. He has ever since he came back from injury. Well, he was good when he immediately came back from injury. Then he had a bloody child. That should be in the contract. No dropping Sprogs mid-season.
Oh, I charge for quotes.
Yeah, you should.
Re-quoting.
You should do. I don't charge for the drinks in here, but they're virtual, so you should definitely charge for your virtual quotes.
Yeah.
I knew Odegaard will miss the pen. That guy is just not in form. No, he's not. He is no.
But
Georgie
when we had that penalty shootout, when Havertz came up, I just knew he's going to miss because you look at his face, and from what he's doing in the game, I just thought he's not going to score.
Yeah, I mean, shit went against us today. There's no doubt about that. But prepare to fail. Fail to prepare. Prepare to fail. We can't really be surprised. I mean, like I just don't know. Listen, I don't know what our position in this transfer window is going to be. But if we're not going to buy anyone because they don't improve our squad, that's just stupid. You know, that's just stupid.
Old Arteta will come out in February and say, "Oh, we did really well in transfer. We bought a new goalkeeper."
Well, that's what they're talking about. They're talking about new goalkeeper. Palm the ball to a Hull player on the line. Never seen a mistake like it in 30 years of watching football. Oh, 30 years watching football. So you were in a 95 era. So you missed the league. You missed your own league win under Howard Wilkinson. Is he the last Englishman to win the top flight? Is he?
Didn't win it in 95?
No, I didn't say they won it in 95. I said if Mr. Tom has been watching football for 30 years, then that takes us back to 1995. So that's what I said was, so you missed the Leeds 92. Was it 92 they won? Yeah, it was Leeds won it. We won it in 91. They won it in 92. Huh?
Did they win it in 92?
Yeah, we won it in 91. They won it in 92. Man United won it in 93.
Good.
Because Man United signed Cantona. Cantona at Leeds won the first division along with Gordon Strachan. They had a bloody good team, actually. I always liked Leeds. Obviously, he was glad when they won the league and it wasn't Man United. Are you looking it up? I can hear your angry typing. I wasn't into football in 92. That's weird. What were you into?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know a little bit about football.
So they... right. So they won the last Division 1 title.
That's right. They became the Premier League in the first year that Man United won it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Howard Wilkinson, I think, might be the last Englishman who's won the top flight. In fact, I'm almost certain of it because I don't think an Englishman's ever won the Premier League.
No.
I was into 1994 World Cup. What a shit World Cup. Who were you supporting in 94? I think I was into Ireland. I think I thought when Ray Houghton beat Italy with that goal, 94 was, I just remember it being a shit World Cup because we weren't in it. But there were some good games. And then obviously the Baggio miss. 1987. You're the same age as my brother. Well, you're the same age as my sister, actually. Yeah, you would have enjoyed being an Arsenal fan more than a Leeds fan. But I love it when this is what I mean. Like, we had Luca Talks Ball on Thursday. I think we weren't too hard on him. Well, I know you weren't. You were very gentle, Sands. You were very gentle with him, with everyone. But we were quite tough on him as a collective. And it's this kind of Arsenal, we have to win silverware. We're a big club. And you go, lots of people support their teams and they never win silverware. And obviously Leeds have won silverware, but you've missed it a bit. We can all agree on that. And yet you're every bit as much a fan and you care and you love it. So how do you get through these days?
You have to, because you're a fan.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do. I am now going for sponsored by Robinson's. Robinson's Fruit Creations. This is a refreshing strawberry and watermelon. I just grabbed this out of the kitchen. Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy this, Zanzi.
I use Tesco's quadruple strength stuff. That's really cheap. And
does it stain your teeth? Is it is it one of them where it's so cheap it stains your teeth?
No, you only have to put a little bit in the bottom.
Coloured with barium.
Oh God, no.
I think I may have underdone this. See if this is a bit too thin and greedy. How do you? Oh no, that's fine. Look at that. That's cool. The colour, lovely. That is. All right. Well, chin chin, salut.
Up bottoms. Or the other way around, I don't know.
No. I was on a Man United show earlier and I took the stick like the man I am, cried my eyes and holding in a poo. Oh, fine, Man United are back. That's it. Ruben Amorim's turned it all around. Fucking, how can they have more strikers than us? What is going on?
Got more strikers than us.
That's a good pub quiz question, Zanzi. Name a team in the 4 leagues of English football, professional leagues of English football. Name a single team that has fewer strikers than us. You can't. It's a trick question. We have no strikers. We literally have no strikers. True story. I had the shit, so I was forced to watch Bulgaria versus Germany in the quarters as I couldn't get to the TV. Germany in the quarters as I couldn't get to the TV. What? Watching Germany, Bulgaria. That would have Hristo Stoichkov times, wasn't it? I do remember Italy, Ireland. I think isn't that the opening game? And just really disappointing games in the United States. I remember was it Iran USA game where the US men's national team didn't know the offside trap and tried to play an Iranian offside in his own half. He just ran on goal and Iran beat USA 2-0. It's a shit World Cup if England aren't in it. Often a shit World Cup when they are, but we've got Thomas Tuchel now. It's coming home.
Woohoo.
It's coming home to Westphalia. Oh, God. Arsenal star was banned from taking in Man United penalty in Man United shootout due to little known. Interesting. Right. Arsenal star William Saliba was banned from taking a penalty against Manchester United after Diogo Dalot was sent off. The Gunners slipped a second defeat, blah, blah, blah. While it took 5 penalties for blah, 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 but one of the Arsenal could not have taken penalties. Saliba FA Cup rules dictate that each side have 2 of the same amount of penalty takers.
Yeah, no, he
chose to be the one. Yeah, it could have been David Ray.
It could have been anyone, but he chose not to.
Do you know? I remember the Olympics in '91. I guess it was '91. I had that's an Olympics. I watched every event because I had salmonella poisoning for about 2 weeks and I couldn't make it upstairs to the bedroom, so I was on the sofa. I was unwell and I laid on the sofa all day. I think the game was televised about 5 p.m. Hence why I saw it. The upset result made me think football is great. Football is great. Look at Barca somehow getting past high standards Real Madrid. to win the cup literally no one gives a shit about. I never, ever, ever want to see us play in white again. That's it.
Yeah.
I know Rosie will complain that it's got nothing to do with the colour of the kit. It has. We play in red, we play in yellow, we play in blue, we play in some bubblegum nonsense.
And black.
We do play, but I don't mind the black kit. It's growing on me. But the third kit's just horrible.
I don't really like our first kit, to be honest. Too much white in it.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't use it against Spurs. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. You can tell Arsenal versus Tottenham that we're Arsenal. Arsenal's owner, Stan Kroenke, is extremely unlikely to sanction a big money move for Alexander Isak this summer, according to a report. The Lynx Africa one, indeed, yes. What's Zach getting for lunch? Oh, I have eaten too much. We had a buffet, a birthday buffet.
That's spooky. I've got Lynx Africa here.
Dun, 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 dun.
Doesn't smell of Africa, though.
I've never been to Africa. I did get to see Real Madrid versus Leeds in the Champions League. 9 years later, I saw Leyton Orient versus Leeds in League One. See, I mean, I do think some of our Arsenal fans need to go through that a little bit. Just a bit.
Technically speaking, I've never been to Africa because I was born there, but I've never been back again.
No, you've still been there. You have to have been born there.
No, but if you're born in a country, you haven't been there because you're born there.
No, you have been there. I'm not getting into semantic nonsense with you about this. You're too smart to think that. Miss Molina, I could not agree with you more wholeheartedly and fully. Fully is the amount I agree with you on this one. Can't even do transfer news shows as it makes my blood boil thinking we aren't going to sign anyone except a goalkeeper this month. God help me, that's true. That is so true.
Come on, you're a chef. What is peri peri rice? I've heard of peri peri.
Peri peri is
peri.
rice seasoning. Doesn't it come from Portuguese elements of? I want to say it's a Portuguese seasoning in origin, like a South American version of. Oh, look at that! Ryan's here. The Mr. Arsenal podcast. Zanzi, get dressed, will you please?
I am now.
Welcome. It's all your fault.
Yeah. Too positive, you see.
Toxic positivity. This podcast.
He's probably still live doing it now as we speak, actually, to be fair.
God, I haven't looked. I didn't look. I just can't. I can't do it.
My mental health cannot take a Lucas stream or video of him.
No, I can't. I can't do it.
Doing the same
thing. It was really good on here. And then I thought, you know what? I've resubscribed. I said I would. I've resubscribed. I think he resubscribed as well. All that being said, it's the easy explanations, isn't it? It's all Arteta's fault. I can't see.
He's doing the same, as I said the other night to him, he's doing the same narrative as the forward in Spain that had to run to Spain, by the way. He had to get the country.
Someone told me that. Someone in the comment section told me that he'd been drummed out of Milton Keynes. Can't imagine that. Can't wait till they make the film of his life to see what the hell that's all about. Right, so peri peri rice. We were just that's what it's got to. And also, you know, Rosie was brilliant on Thursday, putting up with us just talking about football. I know she's not really, but so we were just talking about Zach's lunchbox. And Zanzi was asking me where peri peri comes from. I think I'm right. It's a Portuguese origin.
Are you sure it's not piri piri?
I don't know how it's pronounced. I no speako Portuguese. I'm not Northside LDN, mate. Every other word is.
We're assuming that's what he's speaking Portuguese because he says so. He could be speaking any language.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I do often wonder if I'm missing out here. If there's a trick I'm missing, I could just revert back to German. You know, this guy's trying a penalty. Who misses a fucking penalty? It's just not on. If you've got a German player, peri peri is from South Africa. I thought Yeah, possibly. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Is there a Portuguese influence down there? It is indeed Portuguese. It's piri piri, westernized though as peri peri. Okay, brilliant. God knows why I know that from, but it is slightly hot, isn't it? It's a hot sauce. Hot
Basically,
sauce
yeah.
goes on chicken. I've totally missed out what it looked really good. What you were saying about the lunchbox, Rosie. Does Zach know you come on here and discuss his lunchbox? Thank you. I'm here all week. Try the veal.
Apparently, they say peri peri, Mozambique.
Yes, I think. God knows. I don't know. But I'm sure it's delicious lunchbox. I'm sure Luca. He can't be on now. It's nearly midnight. He'll be asleep. He did really well.
If it's getting views, he'll be on there still. I don't beg, but I beg. Make it make sense.
Mate, no, I couldn't. I wasn't giving him that at all. I wasn't begging for likes. You literally said I want 100 likes.
He bombards the life out of me, either on Twitter or it's X now.
How do you go on Twitter? What is the point of Twitter? And when can we stop saying formally Twitter? Because currently
no, he's still live. He's
currently
still live.
Formally Twitter, is he?
He is still live. Luca Talks Football is live. Emergency again. What a coincidence! Using the same word in the titles as a certain person in Spain.
Emergency
meeting. Sacarteta. Sacarteta, all one word. Not even spaces.
Sacarteta now, all one word. Yeah. No, he's finished. He literally finished 17 seconds ago. All right, everyone, get ready. Get ready. Pull the sharp stuff away. He'll be here.
Yeah, quickly. Yeah.
He'll be here. Everyone, all right. Everyone act like.
I told you.
No. We'll tell him we haven't seen it yet. Right? We're going to watch it later. But we were all at the same brilliant party or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I can be proved wrong. No, you can't. Usually in Moss's channel, I'm discussing Zach's lunch. I should probably beg for more likes on shows. Yeah, why not?
Right.
Like, I'm going to come and like everything. Likes don't do anything, though.
Not really, no. Not like they used to. When they messed about the dislike button and all that, it used to help the algorithm, but it doesn't do fuck all no more, no.
I've read a couple of books on the algorithm. It is fascinating. All it does is it's really good at finding things that you'll like watching. Anyone who's ever started off watching one or two shorts and then found themselves 35 minutes later still watching a short and they can't remember what the first one they were watching was. That's what it does. So if you really want to mess with the algorithm, all it is a really good way of knowing what you're going to enjoy watching. So I say to people, definitely click like and subscribe because it's nice ego fodder, but watch the video and then watch another one right after it. That's how you get the most views. I forget to do it. Yeah. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. He's also in his title. He's added 2 Arsenal fans, and not even I'm going through while it's on pause through the stages of the stream. Not one Arsenal fan. Some guy called Kevin Rogers, and a Newcastle fan. But an Arsenal stream, but an Arsenal Man United game. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool.
Tacky Arsenal fan 18's got, and True Gunner, they've got to be for Arsenal fans, haven't they? Surely. Am I misinterpreting what you're seeing?
Well, I was going to say put them names on the title, but when you go onto the screen, one person's wearing a Newcastle shirt. Okay, cool.
It's just one of those. It's that kind of. There are a lot of channels I watch where the person doesn't seem to really know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because they want to be successful on YouTube.
Well, that's what he does because the idiot, I'm not giving his name, the idiot in Spain does it. So he's trying to copy him literally word for word, title for title, stream for stream, thinking it'll help him out. That's what he does. Yeah. Wouldn't mind. He's an MK Don fan. I said this in the chat the other night before I popped up. He's an MK Don fan, but because MK Dons doesn't get him the clicks and the what he would want, he's easy to latch onto a Premier League club like Arsenal and go, I'm an Arsenal fan. Ah.
And not only I'm an Arsenal fan, but that whole thing today, don't disappoint me. I'm wondering how many of the players on the team coach were going, oh, shit, yeah, Luca, don't upset Luca tonight.
Kai Havertz getting messages from his wife about idiots abusing her and his unborn child, by the way, which is disgusting.
Miss Melina mentioned it earlier. You know what? if you're over 12, you should know by now that the shit people say on YouTube or Facebook or any social media platform, online general, is just nonsense. They're 5. Just ignore it. Yeah, I love this, by the way. Though. Lena's given it, let's act like we're Arteta out too. And I'm going to call him toxically positive.
Just blame me. I'm too positive about it. Just blame me.
Bloody positive! Stop being so bloody positive. What, Ryan? What kind of dog do you have? And then it comes back with Rosie with a hot dog. Mr. Tom, do you know what? Like, I don't know why I started. I think most of us don't really know why we started our channel. It's just something to say. It felt like there was a lot of people saying the same shit, and I had a different opinion. I'll tell you the reason I keep it up now, though, is these nights. It's just this, and I don't know if this is something that grows into a big thing, but as long as it's as much fun as it's been to do these, like the Adam's Arms, fuck it,
It's one way to get away from the missus, isn't it?
I would never say that, obviously. I don't know why you said it, and God help us all if my missus finds out you said it. Zanzi, I've only ever said nice things about you, but now you'll have to disappear. Yeah, word of mouth is, do you know what? It's like, I don't know. If you enjoy it, do it. But I feel like a lot of people, there's other guys I've been on their shows and stuff where it's like, oh, I don't know how to improve my ratings. I don't have to. It's like, well, don't think about it. Just do what you want to do. Then certain people, what I feel like has happened here is that I find that the people who come in here, us lot here tonight, there's a few missing, whatever. They're the kind of people that I would expect to like the sort of stuff we do. It doesn't take itself uber seriously. We are pissed off when we lose. We don't go frothy at the mouth because we've had a draw against Fulham, all of that. So it's kind of the people you'd expect that I always knew were out there. You know what I mean? Like, so now it's like guys like you and Rosie and Miss Melina and Moss and stuff like where, okay, there's one or two. Jose's a bit more negative about Arsenal than I am, but he's still not ranting and raving. He's just convinced that Arteta's wrong.
His opinion, but he's doing it in a way that's respectful to the other side as well. Now, to be fair to him, he's only been like that recently in the last few weeks because of results and performances the way they've been going.
I can imagine me turning. I can imagine it getting to a point where I just go, I've had enough. It's not forever. We all find our moment. Like, I do feel like tonight was difficult or this afternoon was difficult because it was predictable. Because you're watching Arsenal Football Club and we're not going to have a shot. No one wants to take a shot. We're down to the bare bones. We've got nothing on the bench. And Jesus gets injured. And you're like, at some point, you do have to go out and get 4 or 5 players. I'm not saying they have to be worldies. I'm not saying Nico Williams and Benjamin Šeško. I'm saying go out and get 4 underwhelming players, but just something because we haven't got them coming through the academy. We don't have them on the bench. Like, if you're going to put it this way, and I keep repeating myself, apologise ahead. But I'm saying when Arteta says it's very hard to bring in players who improve our team, then are you saying that it's hard to bring in players better than Butler or Oyedeji? Because I'm never slag off an Arsenal player if I can help it. I've never even slagged off Vieira. There are players have gone that I really will go into 2-footed, but I'm not trying to be horrible about some of our youngsters, Cabia and Butler or Oyedeji. But I'm saying, we can't go and sign better players than that. We've got them on the bench. They're not coming on, so we don't have them on the bench. It's just it's a shit show. If you've got a team that just does, we've got 3 forwards and Raheem Sterling. So Trossard, Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Raheem Sterling are the complete forward line we have at the moment.
And Jesus.
No, he's injured. He's quite.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
He hasn't been carried off because he just couldn't be bothered to walk off.
Maybe he thought, fuck it, I'm lying down there.
Might as well. Do you ever get a stretcher out? It's been about 6 months since I got a stretcher.
Mind you, that being said, I'd have thought Jesus would have lasted until at least Easter. Boom, boom.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
Go read that fantasy book.
Are you trying to get me to read Harry Potter again, are you?
Yeah.
Is he in that? Is he? No, look. you know,
yeah,
everyone had a lot of fun
the,
with the jokes about Jesus for Christmas that didn't work, right? Oh, he's resurrected in time for Christmas. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, like
No.
it's a popular book. You don't have to believe it, but you do have to understand it. No, I mean, Zanzi, you'll be timed out. Apparently, guys, you're brilliant YouTubers with great content. Wasting your breath with people who aren't an irrelevance, who you don't respect. True. Well said. I agree with you. Very agreed. Too much agreed. YouTube helped me a lot throughout the COVID pandemic with my mental health, even though some knobheads on the platform every now and then. I'm grateful for making a channel. Do you know what? Like, yeah, just ignore them. Literally, we stick together. It'll never happen in here. This is what real people are like. I think one of the things about YouTube is that because I'm older, I've seen it. I've detached from it. Used to play professional poker. Sometimes I played online. The shit I got online, you just get used to it because you get like absolutely fundamentally used to it. You know, if you're winning a couple of grand off somebody and they're calling you all the names under the sun, it really doesn't matter so much, you know. But the number of times I've been offered fights from people in other countries, like guys in Texas saying, "I'm going to come and find you and kill you," and it's like, mate, if you can be bothered over a $2,000 pot, that's good, man. Just do that. Yeah, you know, here's my address. Put some crap in there. I think Ryan has a cat or cats too. Yes. You have a dog and cats. I saw a cat the other day.
No, he's a Mancoon.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Both here still. One's asleep and one's half awake.
You know what I was going to ask whoever that bloke is who's in last time, the one you having to go at. What's his name? What his name is? Luca, that was it. I was gonna ask him.
He was on like for 2 hours. He was on
know,
for 2 hours with you. He's been on before.
But
God,
insignificant
you're
people,
yourself.
you know, I just forget their names.
You sat there for 2 hours. You were trying to interact with him. Not much, I have to say.
Yeah, but I was going to ask him. You know, the person who called Melina and
Allegedly. I didn't hear it, so I can't. Yeah,
the C word. I was going to ask him. Well, if that's the case, did you ban him from your server?
Yeah, you should do. That's a simple one, isn't it? That's like anyone comes in here. We got Rosie. Is super. Rosie promised me you would just boot someone without waiting.
Yeah,
I love this, by the way.
Oh, she was. You done it on my time the other day.
Good, like you don't need it. No one needs. I mean, people go, "I'm gonna." I've had guys come. I'm gonna unsubscribe. Oh, please don't. Oh, fuck, please don't. It's like, oh, what? I'll never miss twats.
That's what I'm saying. I did on what was it last week after the Newcastle, the morning after the Newcastle game. I said on here, put a thread of tweets out of whatever they call them nowadays.
X's.
Yeah. Basically, let's voice my concerns of feelings I'm having that I've witnessed before in the past with disownership with a different manager that was probably our greatest manager in our lifetime, really.
Yeah.
Little things I'm noticing, I'm picking up on. Put a thread out either way. Then one person didn't even dispute it, just replied with, "Well, that's it. That's you. That's it, Ryan. You're getting blocked." I was like, "Okay, cool." I laughed, screenshotted it, put it on my Instagram stories and all that with the song of Leanne Rimes, "How Would I Live?" The point of where it goes, "How would I live without you? I hardly know," and all that crap. Literally doing that, and people actually messaged me via WhatsApp and all that, thinking I was actually upset, and I'm like, read between the lines of the song, look at the context.
People are not that good at reading between lines anymore. I actually said at work, because I had to be subtle, and I'm not always that subtle. I said, I want you to imagine there's a line of text, and that's what I'm saying. And then there's a gap, and then there's another line of text, and that's what I'm saying as well. But there's a line in between that of stuff that I'm saying, but isn't actually. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like, no. I made a couple of shorts of Tom's channel. I'll upload them tomorrow. Please do. I'll play them on here. How embarrassing will I find it, Rosie? Rosie's amazing. You won't. You'll love it. It'll be one of the highlights of your week. That'd be a good watch. Tom is funny. I like his crazy parlays. I can't wait to watch this now. I like watching On the Stoop when you and Gary are on the panel, Mr. Tom. Love it.
Is the stoop in America the same as the toilet?
No.
Okay.
No. It's a porch, I believe. I believe I'm right. It's the front of stairs that descend from one's massive mansion. Of course, as we know, Miss Melina has. She probably has someone to carry her down to the stoop and back. No embarrassment. I've seriously considered embarrassing Short and Sam, but I won't. Thank you, Melina. I prefer watching it when me and Gary are on the panel too. I actually think very highly. This is getting really lovely. I don't know why I went Welsh there. I actually think very highly of you, Tom. I think you can take banter. I agree. The stoop is better with Gary and Tom. I'm probably going to speak like this from now on, so make your peace with it, guys. I mean, Alison. My one thing with banter, and I don't feel it's unreasonable, is I can take anything banter-wise, but some lazy joke does wear on me. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. That whole kind of, it's the fucking. Listen, I'm not averse to going on. Oz, what was he called? I haven't been on for months, but there's a Tottenham, an Australian Tottenham banter site on YouTube, on Facebook, and I used to go on there and rag on the Tottenham, and they would go, "You bottled it, you bottled it," and I was like, "What does that even mean? Like, how comes we bottle stuff, you never bottle stuff, and you never win stuff?" And like, we know we're shit, but you think you're good, and it's funny when you don't do well. I was like, what kind of reality do you live in? Anyway, so I'm on there a lot, winding them up, sending them pictures of like, if we've bottled it, this is you, and all kinds of shitty stuff like that. And more than once, one of them's gone, "Why are you letting him on here?" And the guy's like, "He's actually one of my key contributors. He contributes more than the rest of you, so shut up." So like, we have a lot of good back and forth banter with Tottenham fans. Things. It's when you get people. I notice this a lot, by the way. It's when people have come to supporting football and they're new to it, and they might have come through YouTube, and this is their exposure to it. They don't go to games because, no judgment, but they're in a different country or whatever, and they act like they think they're supposed to act. And in those people, the tribalism of football becomes more aggressive. It becomes like, we hate you. I don't hate anyone, right? Like, I don't hate Tottenham. I hate them as an idea. I hate them as an entity. I hate all the fans. I hate their stadium. I hate all their players. But I don't hate Tottenham. Actually, no, maybe I do know. All right, okay. So I hate Tottenham, but I don't hate anyone else, and I'm certainly not threatening to kill anyone. I'm backing Zanzi. I never remember people names. Remember Zanzi's. Generally, I don't think people should dish if they can't take it. Yeah, this is the other thing. It's like, if you're going to be sensitive, just shut up. It's all right. I mean, like, if lots of people don't do banter, and I don't think that they deserve banter back. You can usually tell when someone's taking it. We all know Zanzi can't take it. Right. That sound is like music to me. I could take banter anytime. You have your Mars bars banter, don't you? Oh, no, that was... the stoop is the front steps, isn't it? Yes, I believe it is. To be fair, they did originally film on their stoop porch. Why am I Welsh? I don't know. I don't know. It just started happening. I couldn't stop myself. Now you're Welsh. Okay? All right. Rosie, I think you've got a fabulous voice. You're not Welsh. Blame your parents, Flower. I think it was Tom Jones visited Glasgow, and that was it. Right. I was Ryan's first paid sub to my knowledge. Well worth it, to be fair. Oh, wow. Bloody hell. Paid sub.
And memberships, yeah.
Do you have to do something naked for those? Do you have to like...
No.
Who knows? Maybe I'll do that as well, but no. Who exactly is to be blamed for that loss? Thank you, Javon. Well done in the Super Cup. I think it was. Are you talking about Barcelona beating Real Madrid? Because Real Madrid's standards. Trigger bingo.
So it had to happen on a night that he's taking great. I don't care what he says. He's taking great joy of Arsenal losing. Hours later, El Clasico in a final. And they go 1-0 up after 5 minutes and get pumped with Szczesny in goal for Barcelona for the majority before he got sent off. and they lose 5-2 to 10 men Barcelona. You couldn't make it up.
Standards. We need
But
to
the standard
sack
is-
everybody.
So by league gunners, but that falls logic of Real Madrid and their standards and their fan
Standards.
base and standards. Don Cott, one of the greatest managers of our generation, should be sacked tomorrow morning.
Well, he wasn't at
Basically.
Everton, was he? He wasn't one of the best managers at Everton.
No, but I'm saying in general, he's in general career.
No, I know, but that's highlighting how stupid that guy is, and we don't need to do that. He does that all day by himself. I love this. Mr. Tom's gone. I do hate Derby County, though. God, did you see that? Is good football right there. That's proper, deep-seated. Goes back way before you're born, way before I'm born. Just Zanzibar's mid-30s.
What?
Lone Star Londoner, Wagwan, as they say in parts of London, I understand. Lone Star London, it's bloody good to see you. Make sure you've clicked subscribe so you stay updated with all of the wonderful things that happen here. But Jesus needs more crosses. Waka, waka, waka. Nah, 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 nah. Arteta's army will respond. Oh, dear.
Well, no better way to respond than North London Derby on Wednesday, eh?
Mate, I just...
I'm shit to myself.
What we need to do for that game, I think we should. I think Spurs will be agreeable to this as well. By the way, we need proper sized goals. The whole goal line, all the way up to the top tier of the stadium, needs to be a net, right? Because otherwise, that's 0-0, right?
I was going to say it's got dull 0-0 written all over it.
Tamworth, 90 minutes of Tamworth going. Aren't you not supposed to be good? You know, fucking hell. And us. Let's be honest. Gabriel.
Yeah.
At least he took.
I'll say this though: we will drop in the first half. That goal that got disallowed, technically, by the letter of the law, should have stood.
Yeah, I know.
Maguire does play it. It deflects.
Yeah, but no. But listen with Vicky Pollard now. But right. See, but the thing is, he doesn't play the ball; it's played off him. So by the letter of the law, listen. As soon as you know there's no VAR, what's the point?
It was going to happen anyway, but either way, just like
at least Martinelli had a shot on goal.
Yeah,
like
he actually went in as well.
I can believe it. Yeah, I was like 1-1 with a keeper. That's amazing.
Why couldn't he do that against Newcastle?
Do you know what? The reality is against Newcastle, he took the shot too soon. That's it. He took the shot too soon, and I'm pissed off about it. But sometimes things don't go the way you want. Arteta's army will respond. His army needs to have a few more strikers. Just one striker. Every one of your impressions sounds like Michael Jackson or Brian Blessed. Tom. That's quite a range, though.
What makes it worse? We've got Villa on the weekend.
So I know
it's 2 home games. It's like
I know it's and the fans aren't going to be happy and like, subscribe, whatever. I'm not Rosie. Who cares? If you want to hear Zanzi crying, please press subscribe. Thank you very much.
I didn't even have the Arsenal women's team playing today to fall back on because their game got postponed because of the weather.
Yes.
I was like,
what was I saw a Leighton Orient game got postponed? What the actual fuck was going on in Leighton? I mean, that's not Arctic. You've got what the hell's going on in Leighton that they had to cancel a game? My Michael Jackson sounds more like an attempt, like the Michael Scott from The Office attempt at sounding like Mike Tyson. Okay, that's convoluted. I want to hear it now. I will have to come and listen to your... We don't talk about small clubs like Real Madrid on this channel.
True.
Javon, well said, mate. They're lucky we went a player down. Looked like 7 goals incoming. What the hell happened? And look, also, fucking hell. Like, I'm composing myself because I don't want to be all neggy. I feel like I've cheered up. Thanks, guys. But Sane and Kimmich are both leaving Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
That's done. And they're both going to the same team. Barcelona to join up with Hansi Flick. What's going on? How can Barcelona be getting players like Leroy Sané and Kimmich?
Well, they've got, but they've now got to get. They've now then got to get rid of other players to get them on the books officially.
Yeah, they're doing it in summer. It's not going to be a.
Yeah, but still, they've still got good. You say this, but they've still got good rid of them players either way. It'll be players they don't. that everyone else will want.
Well, I think we could say. Did I not say on this channel more than once? Dani Olmo will be registered. They will find a way, and they found a way.
Lastminute.com, yeah. We'll take you to court. We've got no money. We'll take you to court. Okay, we'll bend over for you.
Yeah.
But you got Barcelona have no money. So take them take you to court because they've got no money to fucking take you to court.
That's it. Jordan LFC is here. Hey, Jordan, how are you doing? My pallbearer is actually accurate. I don't know who
by the way, I found it funny in the draw. Yet again, Man City, easy draw. Man United got Leicester, easy draw.
I don't care. I can't believe you watched the draw. Like,
I had to because I got Tom and the Ipswich fan in the chat. So I thought they're both through out of fairness for them to see what they got for themselves.
Not give a shit.
And I was just like,
all the teams I care about are out now. Tamworth are out. The Lambs, the mighty Lambs.
Yeah,
Salford FC.
The FA Cup's been awful this week. Not just for us, but FA Cup's been crap this week. No upsets apart from
to be honest, there is a certain amount of crap in the fact there's no replays. Don't get me wrong. Something's got to give. We can't just have games piling up. But if you're Tamworth, and it's a big money tie that if you hold out,
got the draw in 90 minutes. They could have been
got a draw in 90 minutes. They would have gone to whatever that stadium's called and got a share of the gate receipts. Is that right? That should have happened, no?
Yeah.
I
think, and they would have got TV, and they would have got the share of the TV money as well.
Just a nightmare. And they'd have gone to the pub tonight and had a good drink up and been like, "We held a Premier League side, Tottenham, you're shit." We'd have agreed with them. They'd have been on here celebrating. Instead, gave them an extra. That's silly. We will beat the filth 6-3. Missed 2 penalties, 4 yellow cards and stuff. I love you, Lone Star Londoner. Where have you been? You're positive. That's toxically positive, and I love it. What kind of person calls someone toxically positive? I was joking, by the way. I was called toxically positive last week, and it affected me.
Technically, we were all called it. Technically,
it affected me. It didn't affect you guys. You guys are better at taking these things.
I don't have it because of who it came from. I'm just like. Seriously.
No, well, it actually came from a bloke who
someone else, okay.
Yeah, it came from Wayne, who sent me. I invited him on. I said, "If you want to chat," and I hate the comments chats. Do you know what I mean? And I hate writing long replies and then having arguments on comments. Just like get on it, just say what you think and piss off. Dan, I need the congratulations today. We reached 100 total club trophies. The only other team in the world to do it was Madrid. Well done, Barcelona. It's a story of a small little club in the back of beyond, nothing going for it at all except a history of I love the history of Johan Cruyff at Barcelona. I think he's got some great history, great football, great everything. I'd love to go. Yeah, I'd love to go and see. I'd love to go and see Barca play.
Maybe was Sir Bobby Robson. Even though
and Gary Lineker
wins a treble and gets sacked. Who does?
And Gary Lineker. What about Gary Lineker?
Gary Lineker as well.
Barcelona. Back in the days where you were quite illegally only allowed a certain number of foreign players, and I think they went with Sonny Anderson over him. I can't believe it's true, but I think it's true. All the fans are going potty. This one is far more serene. That's true. I haven't. I went on AFTV. I saw Turkish and having a meltdown, and I just can't bother. I can't be bothered anymore. He started calling out fans tourists or something.
Yeah, and basically having a go at the artist guy that does all the more painting stuff on the bridge and all that, or the tunnels and all that. Put real legends up. Fuck these players off. Doing things with the fucking what's name coach, the set piece coach. On the other side of the spectrum, we had Julian going, "Well, it's not so easy to get a striker in the winter window." And literally, we've got 3 strikers. 3 strikers are after. 2 of them have release clauses. It is easy if you want to.
No, that doesn't make it easy. I mean, like if you're talking about Gyökeres, he doesn't want to come to Arsenal, so the
No,
release.
but I'm saying you reach out. You've got two of the three.
We've
Got
reached
Gyökeres
out.
is one of them, but you've
Oh,
got
we've reached
who is
out.
it? Osman, Victor Osman. Reach out to him.
Yeah, no. We've reached out to Gyökeres. We know we had long conversations with Gyökeres. He doesn't want to come. That's that.
I'm saying there's even Victor Osman as well.
I know
Isaac's harder because obviously he's at Premier League club and they're doing well at the moment. That's harder.
That's impossible. Isaac's impossible.
Yeah.
Isaac's impossible.
You've got a player, Victor Osman, that's back at Napoli now after his 6-month loan spell at Galatasaray. He's back at Napoli. He's got a release clause there. He wants out of Napoli. He wants to play in the Premier League. We're in London as well.
The Napoli manager De Laurentiis a year ago, talking about obviously when they just won Serie A and the Scudetto, and obviously Kvaratskhelia and Victor Osimhen. He said we might lose one, but we would never lose both. And now they've lost both pretty much. Listen, Osimhen is a weird one. I will give you that because I don't. If you look at the wages, I could not believe the salary that Kvaratskhelia is on. He's on about 30 grand a week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could definitely like Paris Saint-Germain have offered him 150 grand a week or something. It's about half of what we would pay Kai Havertz. So that one feels to me like I was angry yesterday watching that because I thought that should get done. That must get done. I'm not a fan of Omar Marmoush. I did watch him play against St. Pauli yesterday, Eintracht Frankfurt. He scored the winner. He looks busy. He's one or two strikers. I think he has the shots. He does well. I don't really want Marmoush, but this is what I keep saying. Arteta saying that they have to be the right player and they have to improve what we're doing. And you go, well, they would improve. There'd be an improvement on nobody. You can improve on nobody right now. There's definitely a world in which having a player with 2 feet, perhaps even with his own boots, is better than not having it. Our bench for that Tottenham game is going to have literally no forwards on it.
Nope. Again, we've got at least 3 fullbacks, left backs. Sorry,
we've got 5 left backs, a couple of defensive midfielders, 3 kids who are just there so they don't have to go to school the next day, and me. I'll be on there. Fucking anything's an upgrade on nothing. We've got nothing. Can we please add something to this nothing? So we need to go and get a striker. So I don't care how hard is it to go and get a striker in the transfer window. It's harder, but then that's like me saying I couldn't get my homework done. It's hard to do my homework in January when I'm supposed to hand it in summer. Oh, look, it's Herbie Tractor Crusher. I think I know who he means. Far more calm, Lone Star. And then big up Lone Star. Have we lost Ryan? Ryan, are you still there, mate? No, he's gone. Zanzi, are you still there?
Yes, I'm always here.
I would take both Kimmich. Yeah, I would. Lone Star, you're rapidly becoming an absolute favourite. Yes, I would. I really like Kimmich. I think he's got that kind of captain tenacity that we're missing. And Sane, I think, is an attacking player, so we could definitely use him. I'm not saying he's my first go-to. Been an awful weekend. Texas lost. Arsenal lost. Made me chippy. You don't seem it. You seem actually quite with it, quite together. I tend to do Michael Jackson on Gary show on Saturday. Got to ration it. I have to go and see that now. Fancy Plymouth next round. Oh, there is no next round. It's over. We surrendered. Oh. Apparently, you've been calling Anthony wee ears. Don't ever stop doing that. My personal dislike of Derby goes back to losing to them about 10 times in a row between 2006, 2014, Spygate. Oh, and the playoff semi-final in 2019. Derby County need to go to fornicate themselves. I'm trying to think when we last played Derby County. And I remember the Dean Saunders Derby County era. Yeah, stop calling me wee ears. Barcelona have an unpayable debt too. Should we just go for it, Zanzi? Should we just spend the money? Just spend the goddamn money.
Yep.
Good for you. Rosie, you're fine. I just fight back in general. Denied, we is. Denied. Shopping for dungarees. You're on my big TV, Dan.
Ooh.
Shopping for dungarees. Dungarees. They're jeans that cost £5. Rangers have 121 trophies in total. The Millet 925. I just call him the Millet. The Millet is here. Wanted. Clinical striker that avoids frequent injury and he doesn't have to. You can be injured every other game because there's still every other game we'd have a striker. 121 trophies. Is that all? Imagine that. Ryan doing the hokey cokey. Yeah, hope he's all right. I'm fine, Rosie. Hope you're well. Collapse of knee, pivoting and tibia bone shift was seen, which usually points upwards. Oh, stop it.
Well, I'm just finding information.
Can we have an embargo on any information that might not cheer me up?
Well, don't read the next one then.
I'm loved by many and hated by few, to be fair. Loved by many. Potential recovery times, if ACL, 9 months, meniscus 3 to 4 months, bone bruise, less than a week. Oh, it'll be less than a week then. Yeah, he's not the sort of player to just go out injured for a long time, is he?
No.
He's much more the sort of player who'll be bouncing straight back.
Can we talk about fishing now?
Fuck, do you have any idea how bad it has to get before I countenance talking fishing? Managed to avoid it so far. You don't go fishing, though, do you?
Used to go fishing every week, if not 2-3 times a week.
Are you one of them that throws it all back in?
Yeah, I'm a coarse angler, mate. Very coarse. Yeah. Fuck it. I lost that one. Fuck it. Yeah, I got tangled up. Fuck it.
The jokes do themselves, don't they? They really do. I thought you would be. So it's not going to be a late show tonight, guys, because I've got to get some sleep. So I'll do another 20 minutes. But if Ryan doesn't come back, I hope he's all right. It'll be the internet, won't it? And then we're back on after the Wednesday 6-0 battering of the Filth.
If Ryan's got cats, which he has, then one of them has probably chewed through a cable or something like that, which is what they do.
Yes, it is.
Or he's pulled it out or done something. That's what cats do.
Yeah, our cat's good as gold, but she's still a nightmare. Today I bought groceries, picked up the coupons, paid the checkout, and realised I didn't use the coupons when I got home. Try and keep it lighthearted, Lone Star. Sakes. Lone Star, Texas Londoner. Love it. So did you start off in Texas or did you start off in London and move to Texas? How's that working out? Just a Texan all along? I've never been to Texas, and my God, I want to try the beef. Here we go. I went fly fishing the other week. Caught a 3-pound blooper. True story. True story. Not an interesting story. Calling a night. Take care all. See you Wednesday. Rosie, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, you're a Mill Hill Billy. Mill Hill know it well. From my days living in Finchley Central. Rosie, Fenderby Rosie. Be good and sub to all. Bye, Rosie. Do you know what?
James.
Oh, the barbecue here is fantastic. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet. Well, yeah, I've heard it is. I really. Mill Hill. So, Gooner for life. How old were you when you went to the Lone Star State? We come from all over, don't we?
We do.
We come from all over. Love us. Good crowd. I tell you, it's been really great. And I wish Luke has stopped doing his emergency meeting. He could have come on, but he hasn't. He does get views, though, Zanzi.
Who?
Do you think we should take a leaf out of Luca's ball? He gets the views, mate.
No.
Should we do a ranty, shouty one?
I ranted and shouted a couple sessions ago, didn't I? I'm still recovering from that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where was I?
No. When I had a go at you, I said, "Look, I'm really angry," and that was it.
Oh yeah, I managed to block that out of my memory.
Yeah,
It's my coping strategy. That's now you've I'm getting all the flashbacks now. Oh dear. Better get straight to the Watermelon Robinsons.
Maybe I should have a go at Rosie now she's left.
Don't you dare.
No, Dan.
No one has a go at Rosie.
She scares me, she does.
Yes, and well she might.
Yeah.
Do you know what? God, Lone Star. Do you know, every now and again someone comes on here and they just you've absolutely nailed that comment, by the way. I feel for Arteta because let's be honest, we all really want to win. All these guys ranting and shouting and spittle flying into the camera. They all think they want to win. Arteta really wanted to win today.
When did we lose that FA Cup semi-final to Man United?
Which Man United semi-final?
No, that one with Ryan Giggs.
Oh, 1999. Ryan Giggs is good. Yeah.
I had flashbacks to that today.
They were
1-0 down, 1-1.
They were talking about it.
They have a player sent off. We miss a penalty.
Yeah.
And it was
the massive difference, of course, was a Manchester United side. Bear in mind, we were second in the league that day as well. There are many, many points of similarity. But this is not a club. That Man United side that went on to win the treble is not the same as this Man United side that we got beaten by today on penalties. And that game went to penalties. And sorry, this game went to penalties, and that one was won by. I would much rather. I tell you what, there's a couple of their players I really like. Where were you, Ryan? Zanti was convinced what your cats have chewed through your Ethernet or something.
No. The dog needed to go to the toilet, crying out for the toilet, so I had to go out again.
Gotcha. Sometimes you shouldn't ask questions you don't really want the answer to. I feel like I've got punished there. 99. Who wants a flake in theirs? Look how quickly everyone's trying to. Yeah, 99. We were just talking about the parallels between Odegaard missing and Bergkamp. I don't think Odegaard is Bergkamp, and they didn't. I do like their. What's his name came on Diallo, and I thought, you know what? If he slaloms past 5 or 6 of us.
Oh, Ahmed, yeah.
Yeah, I like him. So many of our fans expect us to win every game, and that isn't possible. Yeah, I think very upbeat, very true. I agree with what you're saying, and it's great to hear somebody who's not just jumping on the cliches. But the trouble is, going into that game, you're worried we won't take our shots. We don't take our shots. I mean, Havertz misses some absolutely. Trossard and Havertz, the two misses from Havertz and the one from Trossard, and you just think the desire to score needs to be there.
Could you ever have seen Ian Wright missing either of those 3 chances?
No, I don't think so. I think with Ian Wright, so if I put Ian Wright into, I could see him missing Trossard's chance, definitely.
Which one?
The one where he slides in and is it De Ligt that gets the ball clear before him? So that one, that's just he just needs to chuck himself at the ball, and he didn't, and that's Trossard's not that kind of player anyway. But I think the problem is if it's Havertz, I could see you miss one or the other, but to miss both, that's just not acceptable. It just isn't, and like from a striker's position, I don't mean it's not acceptable to me. I mean Havertz knows he fucked up. Arteta knows he fucked up. But a great point there is Arteta, like they say, a manager's job is to get the ball into the final third so that you can take your shots. Arteta's game strategy today, there is a lot of keep ball. I don't enjoy it very much. But we are tough to beat. We are, they got a good goal hit us on the break, got a good goal. Mm-hmm. It's the sort of goal that we just aren't scoring at the moment, but things change quickly. Confidence is missing. It comes back. The reality is, I don't think a top striker misses the 2 chances that Kai Havertz missed today. And That's not me saying Kai Havertz is rubbish and I want rid of him. I like him in the team a lot. I think with a striker ahead of him, he could roam around and do his thing and always look for that killer pass. But one of the things I really enjoyed about watching Omar Marmoush yesterday was that he just doesn't pass. He will spin on a sixpence and shoot. He will shoot from distance. He had 7 shots in the game yesterday. I think 3 or 4 were on target. He doesn't care. He shoots. And as a result, he scores. We do need a killer striker. It's that simple. We usually score goals by committee. We do need a killer striker. And I don't even, I think this time last year, we probably didn't because we still had Reece, we still had Emil, we still had Eddie. Now we don't. We don't have any options off the bench. You can't put a bench out like ours today and not and be surprised that everyone thinks you're missing players.
Yeah, you can't sell them said players. You mentioned Eddie, Emil, and loan out Reece and sell some others along the way last summer. Not spend any money in terms of since they were selling them. Not to spend the money and then come 6 months later cry the pauper of we're too poor. We can't afford anyone. Like you've got money, but we know you've got money. Everyone knows you've got money in the bank because of the profit you made from the countless academy players, even first team as well, literal academy players that we sold last summer. So the money is there in pure profit to use. Yeah. So
no, I mean, I think the money is the problem. I think what I've heard, Ben Jacobs was talking about this, and I think this is the best analysis I've heard, is that we're saving our money for a mega deal like an Isak. But the problem I have with that is that look at Chelsea to go out and spend 6 million on Guy. But sign us a few of those. You don't have to work. Do a Brighton and go out and sign 4 or 5 fairly young players.
They've got to struggle themselves for not using no more. In Ferguson, I know he's come back from an injury in the last few months.
I think the stumbling block with Ferguson is that we don't want to buy him. Although he'd be about 35, 40 million. We don't really want to buy him. We want to loan him, but we've got 2 loan players already.
Send Neto back. Get Ferguson.
What would we do with that Neto? Are you mad? Are you mad? How could you countenance without Neto?
I've been told that already tonight. Like, well, we've get rid of Neto. If Vaya breaks his finger, what do we do?
Do you know what? Oh, fucking hell.
No, I'm going to say this. I said this as well. Would have put it shoot over Vaya and that stupid jump. I'm going to go this way. I'm actually going this way now. At what point did he not think? I've been doing this. They're all clocking on and going the opposite way. Why don't I?
Do you know what? If I'm a keeper, just genuinely, I think I stand still more than I dive.
But is that what done me tonight? Is it the stutter and the diving before going one way before they even kicked the ball, even attempted to kick the ball, and then the entire other half? And it's like, okay, thank you, David.
He's never struck me as a penalty saving keeper, but he has saved.
He said a few last. Obviously, was it Porto last year in the West Ham game? This is the thing I'm going to hang on to until he proves me different now. Until he proves me wrong now. I'm going to hang on to this. Last season, I think he did that because he knew the pressure was on him, but not just from the fan base, but because we did have a capable number 2 to come in if he was to underperform at any point. So he had that pressure, knowing that Aaron is there going, "Oh, the fans love me here." But now Aaron's gone. We've got fucking some Brazilian.
He's going again, isn't he? He's leaving Southampton.
We'll put the Newcastle on him, yeah.
I can't believe this. I was like littlest hobo over here. Look at this. And just as I say that, we've been incredibly unlucky with injuries. We lost Saka. That's not incredibly unlucky. We've been unlucky, though. Gary's here. All right, mate. How are ya? Mr. Tom and Gary. I love him. Yeah.
When we brought Ray in and I'll take that spiel when he put me with Everton onwards, I got 2. I want number ones in every position. I want the top. I want everyone competing for everyone. And in fact, when it didn't start off so well for Raya, he continued to play him, told me that obviously Ramsdale's days are numbered. But it also told me when Ramsdale was to be moved on, that we were going to bring in another crap number 2, another Matt Turner, so to speak. And what we're going to done? Another Matt Turner. Even the guy we wanted to get on a permanent deal, never heard of him. Never seen him play. Garcia,
yeah. I mean, listen, I don't. Like Miss Molina said this earlier, is you can't do the transfer talk at the moment because it's just so disappointing that we'll probably spend 40 million quid on a keeper. I want to come on this. Lone Star, you said that we have been incredibly unlucky because we lost Saka. That's incredibly unlucky. But there are so many teams that have done worse than us. I think Liverpool have been really lucky. I mean, look at Spurs injury crisis. Look at
West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham really unlucky. I think it's just Chelsea have had their injuries.
Yeah.
We don't have a big enough squad to sustain. I think with Saka, you're always unlucky. But if you're going to play him every minute of every season, at a point he can't play. He literally isn't going to do an entire.
Me and Go said this earlier on my watch along. Literally at the end of it, like we had Reece Nelson last year. You got rid of him, but you loaned him out. You loaned out Fabio, so you got no one to cover him initially. You bring Sterling at the last minute.
Yeah.
But then you think, okay, Sterling, experienced head, he can rotate in the cups, this, that, and the other. Your Champions League game depending. Doesn't even do that. So it was just a matter of time with Saka.
It was. Listen, you look at Pep Guardiola doesn't like his players to play more than 2,000 minutes. Saka played 2,500 minutes 2-3 years running. So it's going to happen. But Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Akanji, Stones, Kyle Walker, who's leaving apparently in the January transfer window.
I've upset Lone Star now. My complaining. I've upset Lone Star with my complaining.
Well, he said he is incredibly unlucky. Get a grip. I don't think he's incredibly unlucky, especially if you're talking about here, because you said Jesus. I mean, Jesus. Why were we counting on Jesus? We knew he barely played for us last season. Saka Nwaneri didn't play at all for us last season. He's a youth player, and he's only out for a month or so it's not that bad.
He's back in the
next
week.
Ben White's bad. Yeah. What's that?
He's 1 year. He'll be back in the next week or so, apparently, along with Ben White. But we've just got lucky this season in terms of.
We've had 3 or 4 seasons of good luck, and then it's gone.
It's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, no, and then he says here, but in the space of a month we lost 3 attackers. Just saying. Yeah, but they're 3 attackers who, even if we hadn't lost them, are like Nwaneri's not really an attacker; he's a midfielder. I know he's playing on the right, but he's not a forward. Jesus is injured. That's just part of that. You kind of
Since the World Cup, he's been that, yeah.
He's not been. I tell you what, the ones that surprised me, we've had a laugh about it is Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu.
Oh, that pissed me off today. Actually, I'll say that now. Literally, the guy that's been out injured for God knows how long. He was on the touchline for the penalty shootout with his little coat on, and I'm like, "Oh, great!" So you come down from the stands. So what's a penalty shootout? Okay, just stay in the stand, mate. Just get yourself back to fitness and get out of it.
Like we don't have. I mean, it'd be different if we had. Like you said it earlier. I've been saying it all season. If you're going to let 4 players go and replace them with Raheem Sterling, that's asking a lot, If you keep talking about versatile players and you say, oh, he's versatile. Can't play 2 positions at once. No. Even Raheem got injured in training lately. Don't you get that? How don't you get that? Okay, I'm just going to keep saying it because you're saying that we're really unlucky with injuries. And I can think of 5 teams that are worse off than us for injuries.
Literally, West Ham have lost them. West Ham have lost Antonio for the rest of the season until further notice into next season.
Oh my God! Like he may never walk again, right? That's different from an injury. He might never walk again.
I'm just saying, like other clubs have had worse situations thrown at this season. Yes, we're going through a bad patch,
but even if we haven't, even if you say we're really unlucky this season, surely we've been really lucky. Yeah, we lost Saliba. we haven't, and Jesus, but we haven't had. We have a thin squad. Like we went into this squad. If the argument is, how could we know we were going to lose 3 or 4 players? It's like, well, because that does happen.
Yeah, it's got into this. As I say,
Newcastle and Brentford. Newcastle, Brentford, Chelsea, West Ham, Man City, Tottenham have all had far worse injuries than us. Wolves. Yeah, I mean, every team we're getting them. I'm speaking about Arsenal. A pair of us don't get it. Do you know, sometimes it might be that we don't get it, and sometimes we might get it.
Also,
we're staying.
Just want to say this as well. Going into pre-season, before pre-season started, we had, in terms of number 8s, number 10s, what you want to call Odegaard's role, whatever. You have Odegaard. We had Fabio Vieira, who's meant to be versatile, can play that position along with the wing, and Smith Rowe, that can play that left, date, and this, that, and the other, and the number 10 role if needed. Oh, here we go. And then we got rid of 2 of them, and never replaced them 2 to back up the other one. So when the other one went out for 2 months, we struggled. We was all here. We were screaming us, give one. You've got to do the others. Give Ranieri the chance. Ranieri the chance.
Do you know? Listen, Lone Star. We all get what you're saying. I don't care about anyone else. You said luck is relative, isn't it? Like luck would be if unlucky would be if this was something that hadn't happened to everyone. If everyone's worse off than us, then we would still be lucky. I don't care about anyone else. We were in 4 competitions until today, and now we're only in 3. We are only in 3 competitions.
3.5 technically, if you want to count the second leg. If you want to
we're in 3. We're in 2.5 technically.
2.5 now, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but before
Luca talks ball. Are you okay? How's everything?
Is it our fault?
You think I'm toxically positive? Wait till you meet Lone Star. All right. Luca talks ball. How's everyone? I think we're all good. I haven't watched the football yet, so I've said to everyone, please don't spoiler it for me. Which way did the bus go? I don't know. Now, here's the thing. I don't worry. I didn't blame the fans.
I'll be checking.
You know, it was actually my fault. This one, I predicted
it was just
it.
too positive. End of the day, really. We fully expected our team
trying to enjoy my
football,
Ryan. I keep fucking trying to enjoy football and enjoy my life. Fucking idiot.
Not allowed unless you're a Man City fan, apparently.
Mate, they're not enjoying themselves either. I swear to God, I'm enjoying the shit out of typical City. He's going mental. Oh, look at us. We're spending 200 million. So that tells you the 115 charges don't stack up. And I was like, first of all, you might spend 200 million and you might still find that the charge, mate.
Exactly. Well, we're innocent. Come next month. Man City have been found guilty on all 130 charges of.
Yeah.
They have now been relegated to League One for life. They have to sell.
Like, I tell you what is interesting. That I've forgotten his name now. Guy goes on Talk Sport. He used to be Man City's financial advisor.
The guy, I've seen him a few times on there. Yeah,
he's really good. Always falling out with. He probably gives it to Jordan.
we got it the first time, Luca. Don't have to we keep repeating it.
Oh, hang on. Is he saying it's the manager's fault?
Yeah.
Wow.
Twice.
What? I didn't know you didn't like the manager.
It's not the owner's fault. Not the club's fault.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Lone Star, you're not used to Luca. You're gonna love this.
Oh yeah.
Today is Arteta. This manager, it's his fault. He hates Arsenal, etc. You two have had it in the comments, but basically, he just made a really good point. He goes, "Look, the trial has now obviously adjourned for the decision. So no one or closing statements have been made. The case is being debated, and that will probably not be revealed until February, March, at which point either side would have a right to appeal. So this probably does rumble on until post-May. But he did make the point, which I hadn't thought of, which was it's obviously been taken seriously because it went to conclusion. It wasn't thrown out. So the idea that it might just be Man City finding out
that, do it again,
nothing like that is possible now, which is really interesting. Really interesting because they've obviously taken the charges seriously. There's obviously something. I'm probably the only person who doesn't really want to see. I don't really feel like it's cheating. I have loads of different opinions, but I'm keeping them on powder until this actually becomes a thing. I think he means us here, Ryan. These two remind me of my ex-wife. She's fit. My show after the playoff final defeat was followed just an hour of shouting. Mr. Tom, I want to watch your show really badly now. Player final defeat was an hour of just shouting at the club, followed by an hour of shouting at Everton and Derby. I love you.
Oh yeah, I remember that back in May. Yeah, I did the play because I have a thing on my channel when it comes to the playoff final because obviously it goes up to the Premier League. So I did the playoff final, and obviously last year was Southampton Leeds. Tom's a Leeds fan. He came on before, during, and after, and yeah, and then he went off to his channel, and yeah.
I did my reaction already. I know we saw you. We were guessing that you were probably quite put out. Shall we say put out? Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment? Did you not enjoy it? But anyway, the one of the key things I wanted just to get other people's opinions on. Surely Arteta wants a striker. I just can't believe that he said he didn't want one.
Especially now, that's got to ram it home a bit more to the ownership. Like, come on, I'm on my knees now.
I understand he in press conferences doesn't slag his boss off. I wouldn't either. But come on, man. Like, nobody watching us at the moment would rather we didn't sign a striker in this window. Miss Molina's live.
So he betrayed us.
How could you, Miss Molina?
No, Vlahovic. Vlahovic isn't the answer. Trust me. There's a reason that Lucas says go and get Vlahovic from Juventus. There's a reason why Juventus are willing to let him go. He hasn't worked at Juventus. They're willing to let him go.
With Vlahovic, I think it has something to do with the fact he's on 300 notes a week.
But he's not giving him his money's worth either. So
no, he hasn't been terrible. And I don't want to sign a player that costs us.
Luca, we can't just spend. Luca, we can't sign just any striker. It has to be, if it's the system, it's going to give us something. We have to get any striker, but just for the fucking sake of it.
I like. This is what I see as the problem. It's really easy, Luca, to come on and go, we need to do this because you're sitting here now saying, go get Vlahovic. We get Vlahovic. He's a flop. And you go, we should have got so-and-so. You're never accountable.
Yeah.
You're just never accountable for the things that go wrong. You just know that you can come on here and say, we need to go and get a striker. And that's it. You've done your bit now. And like the rest of us are going, well, who could it be? And it is difficult in January. I think at this point, we shouldn't really be looking for one of the big strikers, but we need to get a couple of young academy-style strikers or players like Ansu Fati from Barcelona or players that might not make it but aren't going to be on a lot of money and that can come off the bench.
Also, he goes and says, I don't want Sesko, but I can see it happening. So you don't want Sesko,
Sesko's exactly the sort of player that does make some sort of sense.
Yeah. For that reason, I think it makes sense. But he's saying he doesn't want him, even though he's young up and coming, whereas Vlahovic is mid-20s, pushing his 30s now, flopped at Juventus, basically, to their standard. But you want Vlahovic. You want us to spend more money and pay more wages for a player that flopped at Juventus. We want to buy more flops from Arsenal.
Do you know what? Like, Robbie from AFTV keeps plugging Vlahovic, and I don't like him. I think Semenyo from Bournemouth, I could see us doing good business from him. Mbuemo's a bit pricey, but I wouldn't hate either of those two. It's not that I think we do need a player full of confidence. Look, like I said, I watched Omar Mamouche yesterday. I don't understand why we can't go in for Kvaratskhelia, but I think he's chosen PSG ages ago. They've been on that for a time.
Can I ask Luca? Luca, why do you think Sesko's crap? Is it because of what club he plays for, and because he's a kid?
You've never seen him play, though, will you? Like,
I honestly don't watch Bundesliga week in, week out, so I'm not going to pass judgment on the kid.
I've got a feeling Sesko's going to come summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, that was the gentleman's agreement he had. Apparently, Leipzig, he wanted to continue. We felt we had that done, and we didn't have it done. All of these would be pricey in January. I think Semenyo would be 50, 60 million we'd pay over the odds for. The problem with paying over the odds for players like we did with Pepe is that it stifles you in future transfers.
Luca, fuck me, Luca. Look who Sesko plays. Look at his national. Look at Sesko's national team. Who he plays for.
Yeah. I didn't think he was very good in Euros, but I think I don't think Vlahovic would have been better, in that team. So it's Luca, you're saying a lot of the same stuff. We've heard it before, man. Like
just generic safe.
Say something new. Something like don't say I don't rate Sesko and I want us to sign Vlahovic. I mean, that's the stuff that you hear every day for the last 2 years. Sesko ain't the answer. Like
repeat.
I don't know why you're banging the Sesko ain't the answer drum when nobody here said they wanted Sesko.
He didn't bring up Sesko. He brought Sesko up himself.
You said Sesko is what we're getting and he's shit, and now you're getting angry that we're signing a player that's shit that we're not signing and isn't shit. I don't know how else to relate to you.
You know what? Just a bit of a history lesson for Luca, because obviously his age and all that. That man on my wall, Thierry Henry, when he came to Arsenal,
shit,
was a winger. He went to Italy, Juventus.
He was playing at left. He was playing a wing back.
He's a wing back, basically. What would be a wing back nowadays? Yeah. And basically, he wasn't happy in that league. Like Bergkamp years ago, when he went there, he realised he was more defensive. Didn't play to his strengths. 6 months later, he wanted out of there. Met up with Wenger. All the Arsenal fans back then, without social media, were like doing the detail. Oh, this ain't good. Young French. He just bought him because he's French. He's young. Turn him on. And look how that played out for us. But
you know what's funny? You say that one. Never mind Anelka, who was Clairefontaine, at least he was fancied. The classic one, is Dennis Bergkamp. 2 years at Inter.
2 years at Inter. Didn't work out for him because of the way at Syria, even then, played their football compared to how he would be flamboyant and all that. Didn't suit him.
Can I just jump in right? Because I'm relating to. So first of all, Javon's come on and said, "Well, Lone Star Londoner. Wait, if you think he's having a laugh now, Lone Star, you keep listening." He is.
Literally.
Luca Talksport and Mbeumo Gyökeres are more attainable. Wissa as well. What do you think about him? So he's gone. I'm serious. Sesko isn't the answer. No, you're not serious because you haven't watched him play. So serious people. Hang on, Ryan. I'll get to the point here. Sesko isn't the answer, Ryan. We need Isak or Gyökeres. Do you know what's really bugs me? First of all, yeah, we need Isak. We all, of course, we do. Everyone does. He's the best player in the Premier League at the moment. But what really is starting to piss me off is Darwin Nunez. I don't think you would say has been a success at Liverpool, right? Darwin Nunez, Benfica goal scoring record was about the same, if not slightly better than Gyökeres at Sporting. So what if we go and spend the money on Gyökeres and he turns out to be as good as Darwin Nunez? Bear in mind that we had 2 years at Gyökeres at Coventry and he didn't look the shit. So what I want to say to you, Luca, is basically how comes all the players you really like are players that other people keep talking about? That's all. You could keep saying Sesko isn't the answer. I think I've seen Sesko play more in the last 6 weeks than you've ever seen him play. So I don't need your opinion on Benjamin Šeško. Honestly, I would. Last season, when Šeško played quite well in Bundesliga, this season he's still playing quite well. He's still on 7 goals out of 15 starts. It's not terrible. Beyond that, he has also lost his main goal contributor in Dani Olmo. So you think Havertz is Nunez, and I'm saying, what if actually, because you keep saying I'm serious, Sesko isn't the answer. The thing that always drives me slightly insane with you, always gets me frothy at the mouth with you, Luca, is that you say things like they're facts, but they're just your opinion. And they're not usually your opinion. They're usually somebody else's opinion you've heard. So if you hear somebody else say Sesko isn't the answer, I wouldn't do that. I would go and watch him. I don't know. I've seen very little of Gyökeres. I've seen him play against us where we kept him quiet, and I've seen him rampant against Man City, but I've seen lots of players rampant against Man City. Isak and Gyökeres are not coming in January. We need fixes in January. Well said, Gary. Yeah. Whatever you think of Gyökeres, he wants to go to Man United. Whatever you think of Isak, he wants to wait till summer. Havertz is Nunez. They don't play anything like each other. So just stop being silly. It's not even the same position. So Patrick Schick is good as well. It's not something I have an opinion on. What about you, Ryan?
My point was that literally we've got history of bringing these players up the Bergkamps and Anelkas. Obviously, Kim Fontaine with Anelka as a kid, but even then, that was still a big risk bringing him into the Premier League and in that era.
Well, we paid $1 million. We paid 900,000 for him, so it wasn't like that big.
But we also, in the sense of it, could have broke him and all that as well as a career. But then we got on a couple of years later. Again, someone that a player that was his career wasn't going the direction he wanted it to go in. His confidence was on the floor. He got obviously Wenger had a plan for him to be the striker, but he had to convince him basically in terms of put the arm around him and say, "You are going to be my man. This is what we're going to do to get you where do you want to be." And once he got going, that was it. Once he got the confidence, we saw with Thierry. It's not black and white just because they do an X, Y, and Z elsewhere from the previous couple or whatever. In their
that's
career.
what I was saying. That's why I thought it was important to compare Gyökeres with Darwin Nunez, because you go like Darwin Nunez at Benfica scored a goal a game. That doesn't mean that he's scoring a goal a game for Liverpool. He's got the worst shots to goal ratio of any last season, the worst shots to goal ratio of any Premier League player. I like this. Lone Star saying, how are we going to get Isak? More chance of Isaac Newton. I think that's the other thing is, Luca, it's easy to sort of go, I want Isak. It's like if I said, right, actually, Jason Nato is not working out for us. Luca, you're in charge of going and getting us Darwin. Sorry, I think you could manage that. But go and get us Alexander Isak. How would you go about doing that if he doesn't want to come? What would you do? What would you say? Please, would you beg? No, some players don't want to play for Arsenal. And then you get the whole kind of easy to criticise going, well, give them more money. Sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes Isak is going, do you know what? I'll stay at Newcastle if we get Champions League. I don't see Arsenal winning the league.
I've got to look back years ago, but we were linked with Isaac. But I can probably guarantee that when we had the famous the car that had the Isak number plate got outside of the Emirates and all that. And all that palaver, and Isak was in London doing whatever, which meant he was obviously going to come to us. I bet you any money, Luca was there sitting there going, "He ain't the answer. Look at Isak." Well, there
were a lot of people saying that. To be fair, I remember it well because I'm too conservative. I think that's my problem. I look at players like Isak and I look at the stats and I want to be too sure. So I'm on the fence on Gyökeres a bit. I haven't seen him play very much. I don't watch the Portuguese league. Like I said, I saw him play against Man City. I thought he looked elite. I saw him play against us, and he only had a shot when Kivior came on. So I thought, okay, maybe this isn't the guy. Meanwhile, I do watch a lot of Bundesliga, and I have seen a fair bit of Šeško. I think I really like this, by the way, this comment Mr. Tom put in here. Probably important or fair to assume that most elite club sides are going to be better than Slovakia's national team.
That's my point. That's what he mentioned to you.
Yeah. And so when there is a point at which when I've seen a player playing, I have a much closer idea of who I think they're, whether they're good or not. But I would never, and it's not Slovakia, by the way. Anyway, it's Slovenia. But for me, and he didn't look great for Slovenia in the Euros, but Slovenia aren't very good.
But again, imagine if Havertz was playing for Slovenia.
Yeah,
how good would he be?
How good do we think anyone is playing for Slovenia? Honestly, I think there's very rarely but all to one side, right? Isak looks great. I've seen enough of him, but when he was coming over and Newcastle got him, I'd only seen him play for Sweden. I don't watch La Liga, and I'd seen clips and highlights reels, and I thought he might not make it in the Premier League. So I'm too conservative. I'm too conservative about Gyökeres. I'm too conservative. But even I'm not as conservative as our Richard Garlick Edu this summer. They've taken a look at Šeško. They've obviously gone deep in trying to get Isak. They didn't get him. They thought we can go another season without him. We'll pick him up for less, than Newcastle want him for. They've tried to tough out the Newcastle financial problems, and it hasn't worked. And we haven't had a plan B. At this point, it's conceivable to me it's just an opinion, that we are so determined to bring Isak in, and we've been given enough encouragement from his agency that we might see him coming in summer, that we don't want to, because we might cost 150 million in summer. So I get it. And it's not like we've got players that we can sell. I get it. But for me, you look right now at, we will overpay in January if we sign someone. We will, because that's what January is. It's a fire sale, right? But you end up paying more than you should do because everyone knows you're desperate. Here's the thing. What is the difference between us winning the league, not winning the league financially? Not actually that much. If we find ourselves in a situation where we start falling out of the top four, though, this could be catastrophic this window.
Again, yeah.
It could be catastrophic. And so we do need to have some bodies that can play football. Because if we end up playing Declan Rice up front because we just don't have anyone else, then 50, 60, 70 million that we might have spent on Semenyo or on a player like that has at least got Premier League proven form, it could really bite us on the arse. Red-Eye Gooner! Red-Eye Gooner, I thought about you a lot yesterday. Great to see you. If he played as a striker, it would be better than Šeško. We're not getting Cunha because the deal is almost done on his new contract. They're just sorting out little bits and pieces. Wolves want a valuation of about 90 to 100 million for him now. I don't think we see him as that level of player. And if Wolves go down, he would be worth 40 million. He has a buyout clause that's being built in for around 40 million. So I think we wait and see if they go down. Would be better than Šeško, in my opinion. For 150 million, I'd take Cunha and Kvara. Like, here's what's driving me absolutely mad, because when Red-Eye Gooner started talking about Cunha, it really wasn't a big... He wasn't linked. I remember joking with Red Eye saying, oh, no one's talking about that deal. And then slowly he came on and said, oh, football terrorists have started talking about him. And now it's everywhere. So now it's true. Ben Jacobs, David Ornstein have all said Arsenal have spoken to and been pleasantly surprised by Cunha's acceptance that he would come and play for us. But Wolves obviously don't want to lose a player that might keep them up. It's worth 100 million to them. So, as much yesterday though, or the day before now, when I was watching, I was in the middle of watching the German game between Frankfurt and St. Pauli, and Antonio Conte broke the news that Kvaratskhelia has said he wants to leave and they're leaving in January. And I suddenly thought, wow, this has to be. Liverpool were mentioned, Chelsea were mentioned, even Man United were mentioned. We know he's going to PSG, but I was like, why are we not getting mentioned? This is an episode. Someone came out and said, well, they don't need a left winger on Arsenal. Fuck, yes, we do. If he's Kvaratskhelia, we do. If he's one of the best 5 left wingers in world football, we do. He was outstanding in the Euros. He helped win first title in 30 years for Napoli. He's every bit the player that we need, and he's not expensive. He's like 60 million to pay, which you could probably do a deal over time on, amortization. And his salary is nothing. It's nothing. How have we not gotten into this conversation? So, Red Eye, we said we'd start the Kvaratskhelia rumour. It's impossible to start the rumour now because he's already gone to Paris Saint-Germain. But my God, who's the next one on your list of hot to spot? I knew it was one of the two. Took a stab in the dark. Oh, yeah, you did all right.
Slovakia.
You say Slovenia, I say Slovakia. Cunha and Kvara are 2 players that will take the ball, look up and shoot in games like today. Neither of them have great goal scoring numbers, but ball progression, ball carrying, dynamism, excitement, flair, enjoyable to watch all day long. I'm a huge Kvaratskhelia fan, and I really love Cunha. The Cunha contract will be giving him the loan clause that Leeds players got in 2023, I suspect. What was that? That sounds probably terrible. Leeds versus Millwall next round ought to be a tasty. Oh, mate, is that who you got?
Basically, it's Millwall, because obviously Millwall play tomorrow or later on in terms of Millwall v Dagenham, and obviously we assume Millwall to go through.
Don't assume, mate. Manchester United managed to get past the mighty Arsenal tonight on a wing and a prayer. I'd rather have Dagenham, mate. I tell you what, if that's a Leeds come down to Bermondsey,
Leeds are the home team against either Millwall or Blackburn.
Oh, right. Well, that's all right then, because that is a Bermondsey's. I know it's been gentrified quite a lot, but fuck me, I lived in Bermondsey. Those guys don't take any prisoners at all.
I was saying earlier I mentioned it in my chat earlier when I was in the watch on for the Arsenal game, and I'm thinking, how many West Ham fans are going to go undercover, so we say, to that Millwall game tomorrow night?
Chelsea,
and
Chelsea,
yeah,
Army, Chelsea, headhunters, fucking a lot. I remember going to Arsenal, Liverpool, and I come out of the station. I used to work with a couple of headhunters, and I come out of Finsbury Park Station to walk down to Highbury. This is how long ago it was. And there's 3 or 4 of them standing around. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing here? You're not coming to see Liverpool Arsenal. He went, no, we're here for the mosque, mate. They just go anywhere there might be a fight. Just if there's might be a fight, we'll go. And I was just like, fucking hell. You don't need that if you're going to pray, do you?
No.
After sacking Rooney, expecting the new manager bounce to continue and Plymouth beat Liverpool, that'd be quite good. Is that who they got? Is it?
Yeah.
I just genuinely don't. The FA Cup can piss off now.
Oh, literally, they all got nice easy draws. Even Villa got Tottenham.
I just didn't even look. Let's have a look. I'll have a look now and then. Fuck it. Zanti's told me nothing.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Doncaster Rovers, Crystal Palace, Stoke City, Cardiff City, Aston Villa, Tottenham Hotspur. Oh, that'd be hard to know who to support, wouldn't it? Come on, Unai. Good evening. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Chelsea. Oh,
yeah.
Man, we would have got Leicester City at home in the next round.
Yeah. First ball out was Man United ball.
Do you know what though? It's not a given, is it? I hate to say
No,
it, like,
not a given, but it would be nice to get through and go, oh, we've got Leicester, a team that we could beat on our day if we turn up, basically. Where compared to obviously, we're playing Man United again, or playing Liverpool again, or Tottenham, or this or that.
Yeah, it was tough seeing us get Man United out of the. Liverpool last season, Man United this season. And it's funny, isn't it? When obviously when we drew them, it was like, oh, they're not very good. And then last weekend, you saw them playing really well, and you just thought, oh, I still think we'll batter we'll still batter Tottenham Wednesday, and everything will be better. Leeds had about 8 players leave on loan, including Brendan Aronson, due to a clause that they could go on loan to any club willing to pay their salary upon relegation.
Yeah,
Leeds have had some bad times, haven't they, with contracts? You guys have not been running as well as you'd wish to have been.
But they're this season, so fingers crossed.
Exactly. Well, I mean, now obviously I've got a reason to like Leeds now because of Mr. Tom. So that I'll cheer them on for that.
Also, this top 4 is very close in terms of for the championship for the automatic top 2.
I'm just about to look because I haven't looked. I haven't. I think
it's between Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley, and Sunderland. The top 4, I think.
I don't like how hard it is to find the league tables in the chat. I'll have to go on.
I'll share the screen if you want it.
Yeah, do, because I find it really difficult to find it on BBC. Like, it's got Premier. I just want football. I go football, and then it's got.
I mean, the Sky Sports one's even worse. Trust me.
Leagues and cups. Oh, here we go.
Got it now. One sec. I'll share it with you. One sec.
Oh yeah.
The worst thing about the BBC website is when they're doing the draw for the next round, they've got them all listed out, and it's like West Ham versus TBA. I mean, the draw's already there, so why don't they put both sides down with a line in the middle?
Yeah.
There we go. So the Leeds are top on 53 points. Got Burnley second on goal difference on 52.
It's just such a tough league. I mean,
Sheffield United 52.
Can we make the championship even bigger and just have fewer teams in the Premier League, like the German Bundesliga?
No, I'll take that. They take me out in the Man City. They'll take that. Yeah. It used to be 24. When the Premier League was formatted, was it 22, wasn't it? Or 23, something like that. And
well, the league, yeah. In the early 90s, it was 40. How many games was it? It was 42 games.
42 games.
So this is like, when we scored more goals last season than we had in some of the 42 game seasons. Most of the 42 game seasons. Leeds gave Jack Harrison a new contract on January deadline day in 20 to protect his value, but also gave him that loan clause. Ooh, I think Cunha is very seriously talking about the release clauses. He's insisted he's insisted on release clause. But I think the reality is, if you're Wolverhampton Wanderers, you don't want to lose him for potentially nothing.
Yeah.
So, losing him this summer for 56. The other thing is, Red Eye, if you're still here, ever since you've been talking about Cunha, the reality is they did spend 50-something million on him. So it's not like they're not going to let him go for pennies. He's an expensive player. I think Cunha is probably not what we need now, but I'd rather have someone on the bench than no one.
I mean, look at QPR. Look about QPR. QPR were literally a few games ago down at the bottom of relegation. They're now 32 points.
Yeah,
they put one of games together, a few more runs.
Well, this speaks to what I was talking about a little while ago in terms of what the cost to us might be if we fell out the top four, because it's not given that we stay in the top four. I'm not having a pop, and I'm not saying everything's shit and the manager's terrible. But I'm saying you can have a run of bad results. We've stayed there or thereabouts, but Man City are in 6th and they're 6 points off us. Oh, Scott, you're never cheerful anymore, Scott. You used to be such a cheerful bloke. Hello, by the way, man from tomorrow. I think the verdict is out on Sterling. I don't know what that means. Do you mean that the verdict is in, or do you mean that you think he's... I don't know. Obviously, I'm guessing that you think he's not very good. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen enough of him. It doesn't matter anyway. We need him. So, let's just hope he is amazing.
Hands pretty much forced now, Scott. Unless we sign players now, we're pretty much forced.
You think he's shit? I don't know where you're getting that from, really. I don't think he was our worst player today.
Scott, I'll say this, Scott, like it or not, he's going to be starting. Unless we get some miracle news about Jesus in the next 24 hours, he's starting on Wednesday. I can guarantee you that.
You might not, because you might go with it's conceivable to go Havertz.
Oh God,
yeah. But either way, there's really no point in I don't know. Look, this is a general point to everybody in the stream. I get surprised how quickly people make their mind up on players. I have to watch a player a lot before I'm sure. And I tend to get my rose-tinted bias, so I'm like, oh, he's an Arsenal player, so I like him. But, you haven't seen, I hear a lot of people going, oh, he's like the phrase, he's washed. And you're like, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's an elite level player. He has the medals and the trophies from big clubs. I don't know. You get that we need him. Then don't go in on him and don't say he's shit. Do you know what I mean? You might as well not say it. I don't know, man. If you ever had one of those ones where you go out to get a family dinner and there's no takeaways open and you come back and it's just like some Dixie fried chicken or something and you bring that in and everyone's like, don't like that. You go, well, here's your two choices. Fix or fuck off. That's like, what do you want me to do? This is what we've got. Don't slag it off. It is basically only Jesus can do miracles. I believe in miracles. Sheffield United have a 2-point deduction for failing to pay transfer fees on time. No, there's too many deduction points for that.
They've got a 2-point deduction at the start of the season.
There's too much of that shit going on, frankly.
That's the City got away with it, but no.
Did Leicester City get away with it?
Well, no, Leicester literally, because they had what Everton and Foster accused of last year had Leicester accused of, but because they used the excuse of, well, we got relegated for one season out of them 3 years, and they threatened legal action against both the EFL and Premier League.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah,
and basically both the EFL and Premier League went, okay, We'll let you off this time.
Actually,
Because
do you know
obviously, Tom loved that news.
what? Yeah. The
I need to ask Tom a question actually. What's Joel Pirou like?
Are you scouting, Zanzi?
I was looking down the championship for the goal scorers.
Yeah. Good shout.
But then there's another player I looked at here. It's called Finn Aziz for Middlesbrough. He's an attacking midfielder. He's had scored 8 goals. He's assisted 9 times though, which is almost double what anyone else has done.
West Bromwich Albion have got a player. I know I saw him because I got a mate at work who's West Brom.
Josh Madger.
But he plays on the wing, doesn't he? He's not actually
He's a striker.
No, but he's playing because according to my mates are baggy, so he's like, no, he's actually playing on the wing. I think he cuts in off the wing, and he's been prolific.
12 goals in 25 games so far for West Brom.
There's not anyone really smashing them though. I mean, like getting tons of goals. I don't know if I've top goal scorer in the championship is Josh Marger, isn't it? He is.
No, it's Borja Sands for Norwich.
That's in all competitions. I'm talking about just in the league.
No, that's the league.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because the top scorers for the championship.
My bad. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's have another look. Maybe it was when I looked a while ago.
He scored 15 goals in 22 games for Norwich.
Yeah, I see him now. Yeah, he looks good on numbers. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen.
Oh yeah, but no. It's funny actually because in one thing it's saying he's a striker, it's the other one saying he's a winger.
I know Josh Maher is a forward, and he's listed as a striker, and he has been playing as a striker, but maybe I'm getting myself confused. But maybe it was Sands that was the winger. Maybe that's what I'm not Finaziz. What's his name? Borja Sands or something.
He's a winger.
Yeah. So okay. So on that, right? So he, I mean, he's gettable, surely. No.
You think if we got an attacking midfielder like that Finn Aziz.
Yeah,
and maybe one of those strikers like
doesn't have to work out, does it? I mean, like
Josh Major. I mean, how much do 2 of those cost?
You can probably get them. I mean, it can't be 70 million. It could be like
50 for the pair.
Any news on? So Scott's got any news on Jesus? You're a man 12 hours ahead. You should know this stuff. Apparently, according to Lone Star London, who up until now has been really positive.
Of course,
yeah. Out for the foreseeable future. I don't know. Is he? Is that established?
Nothing's been officially confirmed, but there is rumours going around that he's done his ACL. Okay. Rumours though.
Yeah, which could be like 9 months.
Yeah. If it's ACL, he's done for the season. Basically,
Joel Pirou knows where to go.
ACL, he won't see him until November.
Well, he doesn't see him again, are you? Because when's his contract up? I think. I think
no idea, but probably won't see him. They won't see him again in Arsenal. Really, yeah.
He's not. You're never going to see him. You know, that's that now. Josh Windass. I want him. What about? I'd like Pirou to know where the goal is a bit more often, though. So it's Joel Pirou is one of yours, is he? So Ansu Fati and Finn Aziz. I'd love Ansu Fati, but even I'm having to say right now, look, he isn't quite going to get through a season, is he? Spitting at an opponent should come with a 6-game ban. Remember who's that dirty bastard that used to do it? He played for Liverpool and then went to Bolton. El Hadj Diouf. Ugh.
Oh, El Hadj Diouf, yeah.
Oh, I used to spit all the time. I hate it. Anyone spits is just it's not necessary. I'd rather someone chinned me, to be honest with you. Just me. Probably. I've got my issues. Right, so guys, it is now heading to 1:30. You've all been wonderful. Thank you. But it's bedtime for me because I've got to get up early tomorrow.
Yes.
Used to play for Leeds. Did he? I don't remember him at Leeds. I remember him at Bolton, and I remember him at Liverpool. But Ryan Zanzi, thank you for being here with me through what was wasn't too bad, was it? We weren't too depressed. Don't care about the FA Cup anyway. We won it too many times. Boring. We'll win
it next year. We're giving it a few years to catch up with
us. We're playing the white kit again next year.
Oh God, no! Don't remind us.
The surrender kit. Pack that away from
becoming that. It's a cursed kit.
I was saying, like, Rosie was giving me a hard time because she's saying it's not a kit, is it? And I was like, no, what? Like, I know that, and I don't believe in curses, but I also don't think we should take a trophy, a match as serious as the FA Cup first round that we're in, and make it into a political statement about knife crime. That's not, it's not appropriate. Like, can't it be somebody else's turn to do it? But we have in the surrender kit now. We have played Nottingham Forest and lost. Oxford United and won, 2 goals from Eddie Nketiah. That wasn't a breeze in the park either. And Liverpool lost and Man United and lost. So fuck it. Done. End of. One victory, 3 defeats. Surrender. Don't play in white. We don't play in white. No Leeds do, Mr. Tom. And obviously now I'm a Leeds fan because of you, but don't want to play it. Real Madrid might be right in white, but Arsenal, red is acceptable every time. Yellow and blue every time.
There's rumours, again, it's just rumours from people making up what they think the kits are going to be next season. And there's rumours that the third kit is going to be on Adidas's homage to Nike's and Arsenal's 08 kit, away kit, the white, the burgundy gold trim. Basic, a bit Adidas version of it. So if they do that, there's no white kit in terms of this being no more red monarchy.
I can't do it. I just can't do whoever. I need to listen. I'm gonna apply for the job. It'll be me. Fucking every time they come with a new kit, I go, no, we're doing the 1989 one. And they'll be like, but we can't keep doing the same one. I go, you fucking can. Go and get the yellow and blue one. Yeah, that's what we're playing in.
That's what I've said it for years. I can't remember the last time we actually had an Arsenal yellow and blue in terms of the the blue trim, yellow, Arsenal yellow away kit. You don't have anything a couple of years back.
Every time. I'll take the chevrons. I like the chevrons now. I'll take the bruised banana. And anything yellow. She wore a yellow ribbon. Not this fucking year. She didn't.
All I want to say. Home kit and away kit should be traditional colours. The third kit, all this fucking third kit products.
Why do we have a third?
Mess about of it. Mess about that one.
Third kit is you take your tops off. Right, that's it. Third kit is tops off.
Yeah, you're playing in skins.
Yeah, skins against shirts.
Yeah,
right. Silly. It's silly, isn't it? It's just silly. Like a lot of these shirts, that bubblegum. Like I get it. Like everyone likes to buy a shirt. Like Tom Canton buys one every time they threaten to bring a new one out. I love it. I love that people get into. There's all kinds of things. I used to collect programs. Some people collect shirts. I love anything to do with Arsenal. All good. If you're a person who likes to buy your shirts and everything, great. But who the hell is buying this bubblegum coloured one? That's just awful. It's not a kit. It's awful.
I just want a kit like we used to have in the 1970s, where it was red with white sleeves. That was it. No red on the bloody
kits. That's what I like. Do you know when you had the Sabutio kits? It was just like, it wasn't this one. It was a little red, white sleeves, and then you had the one with a stripe down it, the Palace ones, and that's it. Yeah. I don't need all of this fancy kitwear.
Yeah, even the Arsenal away one, it was yellow, the blue trim. That was or blue sleeves, whatever. But it was it. That was it, the cannon or whatever. Boom.
Yes, that's all we need. And you know what? Lone Star Londoner, you're not wrong. Shirts equal revenue. Yeah. But how about we just buy them anyway? Like they could do the same kit every year and just change.
Stop overcharging us, for fuck's sake.
It is. We are spending the money, but it is Stan and for right. So just a quick reminder to everybody. Great that you're here, Red Eye. Everybody who's here. Still here. A great stream tonight. Really appreciate it. It's cheered me up a little bit. I can face the day again tomorrow. But please remember, the next time the Adams Arms is not open on Tuesday night. It's open on Wednesday at 10:30. So I can have a beautiful time laughing at the success we've had at the expense of our local rivals.
And I want to have the old Victoria Concordia crescent back as well.
No, I don't miss the old logo.
Oh, I do.
I don't miss it. I don't mind just a simple cannon. Just the colours, all right? Just yellow and a dark blue that's almost black, and Michael Thomas on the bench, and Alan Smith up front, and I want Rocky Rocastle, and I don't want anyone to be allowed to injure Saka, and I don't like it. And I want to go to sleep and wake up start of next season, and we've bought some strikers.
And I want to see Bergkamp flying.
He still doesn't fly, does he? Fair play.
No.
All right, guys, thank you so much. You've been absolutely wonderful. Until I see you on Wednesday night, hopefully at 10:30. Be lucky. Lots of love.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.